Hey, what's fuck? Let's get set up here. Hold on, this is pretty crazy. Hold on, this shit right here. Let's turn it up a little bit. All right. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and we are live here. Just the middle. What is it? What time is it right now? The afternoon. Let's do some random boxing talk. I've been a bit AWOL recently, so I figured, you know what? Why not do some boxing talk? I've been fucking procrastinating like life, like I don't know. I just been procrastinating, so I haven't been putting out many videos. But I figured I'd just talk to you guys because I haven't been on for a minute, so just wanted to sit here and talk. I know last night the Top Rank card happened. You had like Joshua Greer fought. He scored like an 8th round stoppage. Rob Brandt won his fight, so you know pretty much all won as expected on that card. I didn't watch the cards previous week. I kind of just been out the loop boxing wise because I got some other stuff going on. But I figured I'd talk to you guys. A lot of cool things did happen. Like I know, hold on. I know Jerome Miller and Anthony Joshua finally got that fight signed, sealed, and delivered. So that's not like that wasn't too surprising, but it's good to see that that's happening. I know the press conference is supposed to be on Tuesday, so I'll be keeping my eye on that. But for the 5 of you that are in here, drop your comments down below. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. Right now, as I'm talking to you guys, I'm still fucking editing stuff from that one day I went to the gym for like sparring interviews. I just, my problem is I like to procrastinate a lot, and that's pretty much what happened. I started to procrastinate, so that's what you get. But let's see. I know Tank Davis. Let's talk about Tank Davis for a second because he's a pretty hot topic in boxing right now, following his win over Hugo Ruiz. You know, the Ruiz fight. You know, it was what it was. Like for those of you who have watched Hugo Ruiz fight on more than one occasion, you know he's a taller fighter for that weight class. He's a lot like taller and rangier, so you would expect that Hugo would know how to use his range, but he's never been that kind of fighter. If you go back and watch his fights, like say like Julio Ceja, you would know, Julio Ceja was significantly shorter than him, but Hugo was not able in the first fight to control him with range. And being that he was fighting at a new weight class, being that he was fighting a guy in Tank Davis who was much more athletic than him, explosive than him, you know, he was really up against it against Tank Davis, and it showed in a mighty way. He took a lot of punishment early and often in that fight, and Tank was able to basically dominate him, and it served its purpose. He looked sensational in a fight that he needed to look sensational in. So, you know, there's really not a whole lot to take from a Hugo Ruiz fight. But what I will say is this, man, like Mayweather Promotions, it seems like Floyd, Leonard Ellerbe, all them guys over there, they have zero intention, none, no intention whatsoever of this guy fighting like elite. I mean, it seems like anybody that the media asks these guys to fight is an issue. If it's Tevin Farmer, oh, we don't want to go to the zone. If it's Lomachenko, oh, Lomachenko has to rush. We don't gotta rush. We can take our time. Well, if you can take your time, then you know, just vacate the fucking belt. Like vacate the belt. All right, don't be a world champion. Go be the NABF champion. You know what I'm saying? So the fight was what it was. I think Tank is a fun fighter to watch. But we need to see him in there with some top competition. They're talking about his next fight being against Tenshin Nasukawa, the Japanese kickboxer that Floyd just knocked out. So you know they're trying to con the boxing fans, you know, and they're trying to milk this kid for everything he's worth. Why do people want to rush Tank? It's not about rushing Tank. See, I think people get it misconstrued. We're not rushing the kid. We're not rushing the kid. If I'm not mistaken, he has a world title. All right. People are not rushing him. We want to see him fight. I think, if anything, people should take it as a compliment that they want to see Tank in there with the guys like Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez and Tevin Farmer, because then what that means is that Tank is looked at as such a talent that even at his young age he can go in there and compete with those guys. Some people think that highly of him, so I think people are looking at it all the wrong way. But I mean, you know, right now as I speak to you guys, this guy has he's been a world champion, like the Fight Scout said. Big shout out to the Fight Scout. This guy has been a world champion twice. All right, he's currently holding the WBA super featherweight title. Okay, so if you don't want to rush him, it's as simple as this. If you don't want questions of Lomachenko and Tevin Farmer and all these guys, you know, vacate the belt, all right? If you don't want the pressure, you can't take the heat, stay out the hot kitchen, get the fuck out. Because when you're a world champion, and I know we're in an era where there's 4 belts, okay? I get it. There's 4 belts. It's a little easier to become a world champion than it was like in the 70s or the 60s or the 50s. But when you're one of those guys that's holding that strap, everybody in that weight class is gunning for you. And if you don't want that pressure, if you don't want that target on your back, and you want to take time to develop, then vacate the belt or move up and go develop at another weight class. But don't sit here when you have a belt and then play a victim saying, "Oh, they're rushing me. Oh, they want me to fight Lomachenko." Because that's every time I hear Leonard Ellaby with his big ass nostrils breathing up 70% of the Earth's air, talking about you know, Tank Davis fighting Lomachenko. They're protecting him. He's one of the most protected fighters in American boxing because in his defense, you know, he does have a big following. He is someone that could be a star. He's very entertaining to watch fight. But I don't know, man. Like I like the kid. He can fight. He's really good. But I want to see him in there with some top competition, man. It's that time. If you don't want to fight the top competition, if you don't want to get questioned, then fucking vacate the belt. It's that damn simple. Like as far as I'm concerned, and I have a video coming out on this later, so you guys can go check it out for yourself. He is Gervonta Tank Davis. Hold on, let's pick this up. I gotta get some water. Gervonta Davis right now, he's in the witness protection program for boxing. Straight up, like witness protection. I mean, how much longer can a guy get away with fighting fighters who aren't even in his weight class, who've never fought at that weight class, and in some cases aren't even like, you know, they're stylistic mismatches even if they are the same weight. So it's like, come on, man. We know you're talented. You're one of the better American amateurs we've seen in quite some time. You got over 200, I think it was 220 amateur fights. You know, we saw what you did to Pedraza at such a young age. So you need to fight better competition. And it shouldn't be taken as, oh, we're rushing Tank Davis. Oh, we're trying to get Tank Davis in the ring so he can lose. No. I'm looking at Tank Davis as a guy who is a world-class talent, and I want to find out just how good he is in the sport of boxing. And being that he has a belt, being that they're saying he's this and they're saying he's that, and I got to hear Leonard Ellaby smile with his goo eyes and his big-ass nostrils talking about how this guy's going to be the biggest star in the sport, and yeah, he'll be the biggest star in the... Fucking fight someone. Fight somebody. Straight up. Fight someone. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I am feeling a little bit more animated today. I'm kind of hyped, you know. On another topic, you know, we got the All-Star game today. Big shout out to the Hornets. Kemba Walker, Miles Bridges will be in the dunk contest. So I'm a bit excited about that. But you know, this about with boxing. It's like I'm getting sick and tired of these guys. And I know it's their careers, it's their prerogatives. But at the same time, if they don't want certain criticism from the fans or people who cover the sport like myself, and they need to. You're gonna get criticized either way, so you need to at least, like at bare minimum, at least try and fight the best. My man Karan Brady says, I wish there was a 130-pound Juan Francisco Estrada. That's the kind of fighter and style I like to see Tank Davis challenge. Yeah, a guy who's very, 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 very good on his front foot, has a very good understanding of positioning, you know, very, very smart, can move, slip, counter. And Juan Estrada is a dominant fighter, championship pedigree. A guy like that right now doesn't exist in the weight class. The closest thing to that would be, I don't even want to put this guy in the same sentence as Juan Francisco Estrada, because Tevin Farmer is not in the fucking same breath as Juan Francisco Estrada. But he has that style where, you know, he can counter punch a little bit. He's slick, but he's not quite Juan Francisco Estrada. Estrada is more of like a Juan Manuel Marquez. So yeah, I would agree with you on that. But yeah, Tank's got to step it up, man. Not to brag, but I'm starting to see them gains. I know I'm so skinny, but I'm starting to see them gains. I can't even get mad at, like a lot of these like European people, like the European fans, they get mad at American boxing because they say we have hype jobs, that we protect our fighters. But shit, when you look at what's going on with Tank Davis, I mean, can you blame them? I mean, the guy has fought nobody, and I mean nobody, and I count Pedraza, no disrespect to him, but he's not like this great fighter. Like, He got better. I don't get it, man. Like Pedraza is barely like he's barely a if even if he is, he's barely a B level fighter. And if he is, it's by the skin, it's by the hairs on his chin that he's a B level fighter. This is the same Pedraza. Like he got outboxed by Ender Cherry on Tuesday night PBC Toe Tuesdays. Got a gift. Got stopped by a young Tank, and then won his title off of Beltran. Beltran's alright, but I mean, if that's your best win and you're talking as big as they're talking, I mean, you got some fucking work to do. Straight up, they got some work to do. Excuse me for my profanity, but I'm a little animated today about boxing because I'm a bit frustrated with a lot of fighters on that weight class. Lomachenko as well. He's another one, man. Like he need to fight somebody, like somebody who could actually give him a challenge. Tank might give him a challenge. Damn. Lomachenko been talking some shit. He said Lomachenko said Teofimo Lopez might quit in the middle of the fight. What the hell? I didn't see this. I mean, you should fight him then. Let's see. Lomachenko says Teofimo Lopez might quit in the middle of the fight. Let's see what he said. I gotta see what Lomachenko's saying here. I will not be surprised at all if he quits in the middle of the fight. He needs to, if not become a champion, then put himself into a mandatory position. Oh my god, fuck, this guy is ridiculous. Fight Teofimo Lopez, man. Like Lomachenko's getting on my nerves, bro. He's fighting all these bums, bro. He's fighting freaking Anthony Carla next. Anthony Carla ain't gonna do nothing. He's a light punching boxer who's not gonna be able to outbox him. So I don't even care about that fight. He needs to fight like Tank or Teofimo or Mikey, if Mikey still has anything left of himself after Earl Spence irons him out on the 16th. Like, I don't know, man. What do you guys think? What do you think Lomachenko should do? Because he's working my last damn nerve. I'm sick of the guy. Duck Manny Pacquiao. Now he's saying Teofimo will quit, talking all this shit, but then he won't fight him. Like, what do you guys think? I mean, it's just like around that weight class, like 130, 135. It's just one big, I hate to say this, but I hate to use this word, but it's one big clusterfucks of guys cherry picking and avoiding fighting the best. Lomachenko, he's fighting, his weight class is weak, so I can't blame him too much. But I mean, the most intriguing fight is definitely him versus Teofimo. Teofimo's been popping a lot of junk, and I think Teofimo can give him some problems. So I say, why not make it happen? Go for the gusto. Let's go, champ. But man, he said Teofimo Lopez. Hold on, bro. Teofimo Lopez will quit in the middle of the fight. I'm making a video on that. That's a new one. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Drop some comments. Anything boxing related you guys want to talk about in the comments. I'll be here for about a couple hours. I'd love to talk about the fight game with you guys. So just yeah, leave it in the comments. Anything you want to know, anything you want an opinion on, any fights, anything. Loma is in a shitty position because he has no real rivals at the weight, and Loma is in a shitty position because he has no real rivals at the weight and lacks the power to contest at higher weights. I see your point of view. I mean, to be fair, yeah, his weight class sucks. Like straight up, his weight class is a steaming pile of mediocrity, average, and utter shit. Like that's why, no disrespect to Teofimo, I think Teofimo is going to turn out to be a pretty good fighter. But I mean, when Teofimo Lopez is the best fighter you have available at your weight class at this stage of his career, I mean, that says a lot about your weight class. And if I'm sitting here saying that Richard Comey is one of the most intriguing fights in the division, then that says a lot about your weight class. So I would agree with you. As far as him not having the power to compete at higher weights, that's probably true. But I mean, if this guy is the skilled fighter, and I don't know, I'll like to see him go up to 140. Give it a shot. Test the waters. Davis, Charlo, Spence, and Wilder are all overhyped. Okay, well, Gervonta Davis, yes. Jamal Charlo, maybe slightly, but yeah, I'll agree with you on that. Deontay Wilder, can't really say that anymore. I think after his last fight with Fury, even though in my opinion he lost and got thoroughly outboxed, for him to knock down Fury the way he did in that 12th round, I mean, to carry that kind of power into the 12th round, you can't really say he's overhyped. He's a fantastic heavyweight fighter. As for Earl Spence, he's definitely not overhyped. He's definitely not overhyped. Guy went to England, Brook, beat the shit out of Lamont Peterson. He's gonna beat the shit out of Mikey Garcia. And he's one of the he's probably the best. He's arguably the best body puncher in all boxing. So I would highly disagree with you on that one. Hey, what's up, Enrique? Yeah, I'm just with Lomachenko. I'm just frustrated. The whole Pacquiao thing with the sour taste in my mouth, like him talking all this shit about TFMO now, and now he's saying that now that he's saying TFMO quit in the middle of the fight, but then now TFMO has to do all this stuff when TFMO's already on record saying like, look, I'm not waiting for you at 140. Or 135. I want to fight you this year. The guy has literally issued his challenge to you. He thinks he can beat you. He thinks you're sweet. I remember earlier this year, last year at the Linares Lomachenko press conference, he was there because he fought on undercard, and Teofimo was talking about how he's gonna steal the show and he was gonna do this and he was gonna do that, and Lomachenko had looked at him a certain way. So I'm just saying, like, he's confident in himself, and I believe that he believes he's confident in himself. So let's see how good he really is, and let's put him in there. I mean, this ain't Tank Davis. He wants to fight Lomachenko. What the hell's the charger at? Oh. By the way, respect to you, Caleb. Yeah, man. I gotta watch the fights from last night. I'm kind of pissed. I forgot that freaking ESPN had fights yesterday. I mean, I ain't mad at anybody that says Canelo is the best body puncher. I think like him and Spence are like they're like 1A and 1B to me. But I'm not mad at the Canelo thing. Someone said that in one of my videos, because I posted a video of me hitting the bag last month, and someone said that I go to the body kind of like Canelo. So I take it as a compliment, because I got a pretty decent right hook, I think, at least. It's coming along. Let me get this. There you go. All right, so we're good. We're here on True School Sports. It's 2:25 p.m. here in sunny South Florida, Dayton Beach to exact. Right now, I'm talking to you guys. I am still, because I have a big problem, and this is what holds my channel back. I'm just a procrastinator. I don't like to do things right away when I should. So I'm still doing things. I'm still stuck on the same task I should have been done with like 2 weeks ago. All the editing, all this sparring, and freaking interviews. That's why like I have a lot of respect. I have a lot of respect for like IFL TV and Radio Raheem, and I've seen Sean Zattel fight like they edit like 20 videos in one day. I don't have that attention span for that. Canelo versus Spence at 175. Who wins? Oh man, that'd be a good fight. I'd probably say Canelo, but I mean I don't know, man. Spence. That's a fight they should have. That's a fight that they should definitely look into at some point in time, because Spence will outgrow welterweight. And I would love to see. That fight happen like at Cowboy Stadium. That could be a big fight. Let's go, champ. All right, let's get to some of these comments. Live chat. Let's see. Hurd versus Breedis. Cruiserweight. My dad says I want Jacobs to beat Canelo. I mean, I think a lot of people want Jacobs to beat Canelo. I don't think it's happening though, unless he knocks him out. People are treating Tank like he's 16 years old. I mean, yeah, it's utterly ridiculous. You're a fucking world champion. Let's start acting like it. And see it's like, I want you guys to look at Gervonta Davis, right? Gervonta Davis is the prime example of when I argue about boxing, like when I argue with people about boxing, he's the prime example of why I say that world titles do not mean shit in boxing, because the fighters and the promoters themselves don't even value the world titles in boxing. You see what I'm saying? The guy's a world champion, and we're talking about him like he's a 5-fight prospect. All right, put your big boy pants on and fight the creme de la creme of the division. So I'm just saying, man. I can't like world titles hold very little value in the sport of boxing. All world titles are, when I look at a world title, it's a sanctioning fee, and it's a way for promoters to gain leverage in negotiations. But the world titles within themselves do not hold as much weight, because there's so many of them. I mean, for Christ's sakes, no disrespect to him, he's a good fighter and he earned his title the hard way. But Rob Brandt is a world champion right now, and Rob Brandt is not. a world championship caliber fighter. He's not. I'm sorry, I hate to tell you, he's not. This is the same Rob Brandt that got outboxed by Dragon Brand, but this is the same Rob Brandt that, you know, it is what it is, man. I don't want to disrespect Rob Brandt because I am a Rob Brandt fan. I like Rob Brandt. I've been watching him since he was on Showbox. So you can't tell me shit about Rob Brandt. But Rob Brandt is not a world championship caliber fighter, but he's a world champion because of so many belts. So that's why, like, for example, I'll go to the heavyweight division because I know there's a lot of Anthony Joshua fans. Anthony Joshua has all these belts, and he's beaten some quality fighters to get them. So I look more at the quality of fighters that you beat, not so much the titles, because there's been so many shitty world champions over the last couple of years. It's like my man Don Turner said. When I interviewed Don Turner, who was the former trainer of Evander Holyfield, he said, man, you got guys who's world champions today that can't fight. And he's right. There's plenty of guys who have been world champions the last 5-10 years who you and I can look at and say that guy is not a fucking world champion. Charles Martin was not a fucking world champion. Okay? And until boxing, if boxing ever decides to stop being greedy and just have 1 or 2 belts, it'll always be that way. You'll have guys who are 3rd tier, 4th tier fighters just randomly running into titles because of circumstance. So it is what it is, man. Let's see, live chat. In my opinion, Wilder lost against Ortiz and Fury. That's why I think he's overhyped. He was clearly protected in both fights. He to a point, but I'm just saying, for me, the way he was able to land in the 12th round and knock Tyson Fury down and carry that kind of power, it kind of changed my perspective on him a little bit. Hurd versus Marius Briedis at cruiserweight. That's interesting. That's an interesting one. I mean, gotta favor Briedis at the moment because he's the full-fledged cruiserweight. But in terms of skills and just being the better fighter, I think Hurd is a better fighter than Marius Briedis. Sean Ramsey, what's up, champ? Hope all is well in New England. He says, how's the weather down there, bro? The weather is great. South Florida's always great. Always great weather. Unless it's like raining, and because South Florida is like a woman. It can be a little bit bipolar sometimes. But for the most part, South Florida is pretty good. Yeah. Thank you, New Day. I will win the Intercontinental Euro Asian African Diamond Copper Belt one day. Yeah, it's getting ridiculous. I remember so clearly when Jarrell Miller was fighting on Showbox, and he won the WBA NABA title. Like literally, the WBA and the NABA collaborated to create this trinket, just to have a sanctioning fee. So it gets pretty ridiculous. Hold on, I'm gonna put my phone close to me because I wanna be able to like look at these comments. Let me show you guys what I'm doing right now. Look. So this is what I'm doing right now. I'm sitting here. I'm editing some interviews that I did. Nobody like no big names, but local upcoming guys that you guys will probably know about later on. I gotta stop procrastinating, man. 2019 has been a good year so far. I have a lot of things going on personally, but boxing wise, things started off pretty good. And we've been getting a little lazy recently, so we're not gonna get lazy. We gotta get back on the grind. Let's get these comments. Let's see. World title on the marquee sells to casuals. Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, I got friends don't know shit about boxing. They see a guy with a belt and they think he's good automatically. Joshua Miller sold 13,000 tickets in 2 hours. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm making a video about that soon, bro. I don't know if any of you here saw my video, but I made a video and I said, look, if Anthony Joshua comes to America to fight Jarrell Miller, it will be one of the biggest events for heavyweight boxing this country has seen in quite some time, and I think the numbers are reflective of that. Eddie Hearn and Jarrell Miller and Anthony Joshua, they're going to be doing the press conference this coming Tuesday, so they're going to be promoting this fight. By the time this fight rolls around, you best believe this will be a massive event. Understand, this is not like Fury vs. Wilder. It's a shorter trip for the Brits to come to New York. Anthony Joshua has a bigger fan base than Wilder and Fury combined, unfortunately, and that's just the reality of it. So it's not gonna flop at all. That is not that's not even like a question. Bermain Stavern was not a proper champion. You're right, Stavern, another guy. He wasn't he beat Chris Arreola. I mean, come on. Who would you like Josh Kelly to fight? Right now, I can't think of a name. I can't think of a name off the top of my head. But the fight that I'd love to see Josh Kelly have at some point in time would be Jaron Ennis. That's like the next great welterweight fight for me. Jaron Boots Ennis versus Josh Kelly. Karam Bread says, props on your interviews, True School. You're one of the few guys who knows how to just let these guys speak. Well, yeah, man, I learned very early on when in interviewing, because before I got into boxing 4 years ago, as far as a media guy, I've always been into boxing, but as far as getting to the boxing media side of things, I realized that, especially when you talk to the older fighters and trainers and stuff, that I don't know as much as a lot of the guys I'm going to talk to. So it only makes sense to let these guys speak. And people aren't, in most cases, people aren't coming to my video to listen to me speak. They're not. They're coming to here to see, whether Rick Bowe or Shannon Briggs or Jesse Robinson or Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. They want to hear them speak. So let's try not to intervene as much, and let's just let things flow organically and let them speak. And then, yeah, it'll come out better. Hold on, let me go back. Joe Joyce versus Remains Stavronas next week. Yeah, that'll be interesting. The AJ fight is not gonna flop. No way in hell. It's gonna be one of the biggest events this country has seen for heavyweight boxing in a long time. I'm gonna keep saying that. I might sound like a Pokemon where I'm saying things over and over again, but I'm gonna keep saying it. Sean Ramsher, either Jarrell Miller is driving local sales or it's UK serious boxing fans already booked their tickets. I think it's a mixture of both. I think it's going to be more of the UK side of things, to be honest with you, but Jarrell Miller, people are going to want to come out to see him fight. So yeah, I'm sure he'll get a couple. He'll have his fair share of people there. No, I mean, look, it's funny because recently I've been accused of being in the LDBC, which I think is the most disrespectful thing you can say to me, because I've been so anti-LDBC, like, on my channel, if you've been following me for more than a year. Anthony Joshua's a star. He is a star. Not as big of a star here in America as he is in the UK, but he is a star, and that's gonna be a very big event when it comes around. And the build-up, oh my God, the build-up is gonna be amazing. Do you guys remember? Don't you guys remember, like, how great? Remember when hold on. Remember when wait a second. What am I doing, bro? Hold on. I got a freaking tripod. Let me use this tripod, because this tripod, I paid money for it at Best Buy. So let's use this damn tripod. No, like actually, I don't want to use a tripod. That's too much work. But no, like, do you guys remember when Anthony Joshua met up with Jarrell Miller at I think it was for the DAZN press conference when they launched DAZN, and it was like they had Povetkin there. Do you remember how Jarrell Miller was able to get Anthony Joshua to come out of his shell? Because there's always these rumors that Anthony Joshua is like this, bully, and he's this thug, and he's this drug dealer, and that what you see in front of the camera is like, it's just him portraying an image, but that's not really who he is. He's just portraying an image, and but Jarrell Miller was able to get that dark side of AJ to come out. So when this press conference starts, when the build-up starts, I have zero, and I repeat, zero doubt in my mind that Jarrell Miller will be able to get Anthony Joshua pissed the hell off. Like the dude was telling him to shut the F up and get off the stage, and he'll slap his friend and all this stuff. So I think for the first time in Anthony Joshua's career, for a prolonged period of time during a build-up, he's going to be fighting a guy who's going to relentlessly talk him to death, and he is going to eventually just be out. You're going to see Anthony Joshua get way out of character. That's my prediction for the build-up. My prediction for the build-up between Anthony Joshua and Jarrell Miller is that Anthony Joshua will be very out of character. And I don't know, Jarrell Miller could use that to his advantage. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw when Jarrell Miller said that he wants to take Anthony Joshua's mom out on a date. Anthony Joshua got so mad. I mean, that's pretty personal, but I'm just saying, like I got a glimpse into what could be in this build-up. So I'm actually looking very forward to Tuesday. We might even go live for that. Why not? Let's see. Let me get to these comments while I sit here and I wait for this video to upload. Yeah, the White fight was really good. Triple JJJ, what's up, man? I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate everybody who supports. I mean, I have not been very active over the last 2 weeks, so I feel bad about it too, because it's not even down to like me being busy. I've just been procrastinating and not wanting to edit all these videos. But I appreciate it. Let's see. I mean, look, everybody's different. You can't say like, as far as being a tough guy, you know, they often say that sometimes the loudest person in the room is the weakest. So I get it. And Anthony Joshua seems to carry himself in that kind of way. But I'm just saying, there has never been, not even Dillian White. I mean, Dillian White was, you know, he got in AJ's head a little bit, but Gerald Miller he's different. His mouthpiece, the way he gets at you is just different, and he's like, you know, I know a lot of times people from the UK, you know, us Americans are very, some of us Americans are very loud and boisterous, and we're very in your face, and Gerald Miller's like kind of like that, and they don't like that. I noticed a lot of people from the UK don't like that kind of stuff, and they're not used to it, they're not accustomed to it. That's just a culture thing I've noticed between the UK and America. So I'm just saying, man, Joshua, he's gonna get out of character. Yeah, like Tyson Fury to me is a tough guy. Like Tyson Fury to me is a tough guy. Like I'm not saying, look, Gerald Miller for all we know could be like a front runner, and a lot of people think he is a front runner, but we're not gonna know till fight night. You see what I'm saying? So he can pop up at the mouth as much as he wants, but he's not fighting someone who people know is a real one, and Anthony Joshua, and he has to go in there and back it up now. He talked, he wanted this fight, and now he's got it. So now it's up to him to really just put on a good performance and give a great account of himself. Let's see. Are U.S. people all like Gerald Miller? No, no, not all of us are. I'm just saying. I've noticed. What I'm saying is, and no. But by the way, it's impossible for everybody in the U.S. to be like Gerald Miller, because there's like 500 million people here, and from all different cultures and walks of life. So there's no way in hell that all of us are like Gerald Miller. But a lot of the American boxers are like that. A good majority of American boxers are like Gerald Miller. So I've just noticed that in the past that a lot of UK fighters, some handle it well, some don't. That's it, and that's the way you gotta approach it. AJ just concentrates on what goes on in the ring. Enrique Luna says, BT, TV networks will not slow us to see the top contenders fight each other. Example, Spence, Crawford, DAZN, PBC, ESPN. Look, man, I mean, I have my little platform here on YouTube. As long as I'm here on YouTube, I'm going to try to push for the fights I'd like to see. And yeah, the Lions Den boxing community, it's a community of brain-dead parasites that don't know shit about boxing, who basically talk about how they use boxing as a platform. They use boxing as a platform to push their political and racial agendas, but they don't really care about boxing, the sport itself. And most of the time, they're brain-dead parasites that don't know anything about the sport, and they say things like Tyson Fury is gonna get knocked out by Deontay Wilder and all this stuff, and they only credit fighters that suit their agenda. So you'll never see people on the LDBC talk about Roman Gonzalez or the smaller weight classes or the cruiserweight division, because there's no black American champions in those divisions. It's very, you know, and it's funny because, so for my UK, if there's anybody in the UK that's in this you know, live hangout right now, let me educate you guys a little bit on not American culture in general, but there's a contingent, there's a percentage of Americans, particularly in the African American community, that had this victim mentality that the whole world is out to get them, and that you know, they're just, you know, that they'll never get the credit that they deserve, and especially especially in boxing, which couldn't be further from the truth, because look at all the great black American champions that came from America. I mean, I got so many of them on my wall: Larry Holmes, Evander Holyfield, Floyd, Muhammad Ali, Terrence Crawford, Bernard Hopkins. You know, the list could go on and on and on. And they use this as an agenda to push whatever it is they want to push. So I don't like. I mean, yeah, I used to be able to like watch. Like there was a point in time where, so like when I first started covering boxing on YouTube, like let's say 2 years ago, when the LDBC became a thing, and I'll never forget when it became a thing. When the LDBC became a thing, um, I remember I could watch their videos and not really be affected by it, and I could stomach what they were trying to say. But now, like the diarrhea, the vomit, the lack of boxing intelligence that so many channels in the LDBC possess, I cannot take it. I cannot stomach it anymore. Like I have so many things going on in my mind and my life that I cannot take that level of stupidity. So I don't watch the LDBC like that. Which is why I take it as a big insult when people come to my channel and ask me if I'm from the LDBC. But yeah, there's this victim mentality that a lot of people in America have, and it's not even just like black people. It's a lot of people, even people who are um, just in urban communities like Latinos, like me. Like they have this victim mentality, and they're taught in school. Like it's crazy. People are taught in school, in grade school, this victim mentality. And you don't. Sometimes you're so conditioned to this victim mentality that you don't even realize that you're in it until you get older, and then you gotta try to break through it. And and you know, I'm just saying, it's a real messed up state of affairs in America. But what I will say is this, man. Like I think, and this is my opinion on racism. I think racism is only as big of a problem as you make it. You see what I'm saying? Racism only has so much power in your life as you give it. If you sit here and you say, well, I'm not succeeding at this or I'm not succeeding at that because I'm black or I'm Puerto Rican or whatever, then you're giving racism its power. But then if you say, but if you ignore, if you don't even acknowledge racism and you stay on your own path and you're dominating what you gotta dominate, then everything falls into place. People, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Puerto Rican, Russian, Ukrainian. People are attracted to success and people who are good at what they do. So, for example, Michael Jordan is the best basketball player of all time, and most people recognize that, whether they're black, Puerto Rican, Ukrainian, and most people like Michael Jordan. They buy his shoes, they watch the documentaries, all that stuff. So, it is what it is. I'm rambling here, but you get the point. Lomachenko just called out Teofimo Lopez, says he'll make Lopez quit in the middle rounds. Yeah, I just saw that. I literally just saw that. I want to see that fight, man. And he's talking tough now, so I want to see it. Let's go. But yeah, it's your boy BT. We're here. It's 2:46 p.m. here in South Florida. I'm editing stuff I should have had done 2 weeks ago, and I feel really bad about it. So that's what it is. Hold on, let me go over here. Upload this. But yeah, just continue to drop your comments down below. I know next week we got, what's his name? DeGale versus Eubank. So that should be a fun one. I'll try to be live for that one. Connect. We good? I think I froze for a second. Yeah, I want to see Lopez fight Jose Pedraza. That seemed to be a good fight because everybody wants to make a big deal about how good Pedraza is now. So even though he's a C-class fighter, I'd like to see that fight. Yeah, I wish, man. I don't have the money to go to New York. I wish I could. I really wish I could go to interview those guys. I mean, I have Jarrell Miller's phone number, so maybe I'll give him a call and see what's up. I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a while. He might be mad at me because I went off on him saying he didn't want to fight nobody but Joshua. But I mean, I might try to get one with Jarrell. I'd love to interview Joshua, or I'd love to interview Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn follows me on Instagram, but Eddie Hearn be tripping, bro. Like I've direct messaged Eddie Hearn like a good 5 or 6 times, and it's not like he's not seeing my messages. He'll see my message, and he just won't respond. But then the minute I post something about one of his fights, he'll like my post. So like, man, like it pissed me off. But yeah, I mean, hopefully. Right now, like, let's see, what's the next big interview I got coming along? I have an interview I might be doing with Andy Ruiz, but I've been procrastinating, so I'm literally so behind on my other interviews I did from like 2 weeks ago that I can't even focus on anything else. So once I get this knocked out, we can push along. Yeah, Lopez Beltran would be cool. I would like that fight. It's better in my opinion. Even though he lost him, I rate Beltran higher than I do Pedraza. I might do that. What's the worst thing AJ can say to Jerome Miller? That's a good one. What is the worst thing Anthony Joshua could say to Jerome Miller? Maybe the worst thing that Anthony Joshua could say to Jerome Miller is that we have better cheeseburgers in the UK than you guys do in America. I bet you if Anthony Joshua started saying some shit about cheeseburgers in America and about how the UK makes better cheeseburgers than America, then Jerome Miller would be very, very upset. I can guarantee you that one. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys think that Jerome Miller has any chance against Anthony Joshua? Like, do you think he could beat Anthony Joshua? Anthony Joshua versus Andre Ward. He can say he'll tuck his baby into bed and sing him a lullaby. I think Miller can if he hurt AJ early. Nah, Jarrell's not a bum. I think what's funny is this. So I think I just dropped a video about this. I don't know if you guys watched it. It literally just came out. But if I was Jarrell Miller, the way I would try to fight Anthony Joshua is I would actually come in. I would come in super heavy. Heavy. Like, I would not try to come in below 300. I would try to come in at like 315, 320. And honestly, what you got to do is you got to lean on AJ. You got, because AJ, like, if you go back and you watch the Carlos Takam fight, right? You can, if you cut the distance on AJ, you can get him to fatigue. Anthony Joshua's stamina is not the best in the world. It's not the best. It's not the creme de la creme of the division. So I think if Jarrell comes in like really heavy, like 315, at a weight that's comfortable for him, where he can get his punches off, 315, 310, lean on Anthony Joshua. Throw, like, you gotta be. He's got to average around 50 to 60 punches around. Go to the body, lean on him as much as possible, get him tired. I think if he can carry him into that 7th round and have put together some good rounds going into the 7th round, I think he can I think he'll be able to tire Anthony Joshua out, gas AJ. I'm not gonna lie, man. I like Jarrell, man. I would love to see him win. I really would. I think it would be such a great turn for the division if he can get the title from Joshua. It'd be a great upset. I always like a good upset. AJ fought one of the fattest, fittest in the division and went 12 without a problem. Who you talking about, Parker? So you talking about Joseph Parker? If Miller had fat man power like Butterbean, he'd cream AJ, but he don't. Hey, Andre Ward. You and Andre Ward are friends. Yeah, you're friends now. You're going to the dark side. Yo, that reminds me. Yo, did anybody see Andre Ward's school barbershop conversations? Man, that guy's a clown. Barbershop conversations. Did anybody see that when Andre Ward and barbershop conversations got into it, and Andre Ward was getting up in his ass, and he was schooling him? Let me know in the comments. Did anybody see that? I thought that was great. I can't even look. I don't have any hatred for anybody. But when it comes to like people in the LDBC who I have no tolerance for, like barbershop conversations, man, that guy, he's a clown, man. Like that, I met him vaguely. I met him vaguely back in 2016. I'll tell you guys a story. So in 2016, I had a brief interaction with him in 2016 at the Romo Gonzalez Carlos Cuadras fight. And I remember that was a fight where Roman Gonzalez. It was a tough fight. Roman had to really grind that one out. And I remember he was on Andre Ward's nutsack, like heavy back then. And he was like, yeah, Roman struggled with quadra, so you know what that means. Andre Ward's got to be pound for pound number one. And I said, look, bro, Roman Gonzalez is like 10 times better than Ward is right now. He's the best fighter in boxing. He's challenging himself like nobody's challenging himself. He's fighting the best. He just fought this guy, the number one guy in the division at the time, with no tune-ups. Went straight to him. Not like Ward. Ward had to go fight Alexander Brand before he fought Kola. Like, so I thought back then, and he takes for that too, because I mean, look at me, Lomachenko. Well, I mean, I can't fucking stand the guy right now because he ducked Manny Pacquiao. But I'm just saying, like, the fickle nature of humans, and particularly barbershop conversations. This guy, he criticized the hell out of Andre Ward for just saying that Tyson. Andre Ward said that while they're fighting Fury in a rematch again, that's a stylistic problem for him, and he's right. But no, Barbershop had to make it about race. Oh, it's about us. It's about us. Oh, he didn't sign with the black fighter. Oh, that's what it became. So I'm just saying, man. Like, the funny part, the sad part about Barbershop Conversations is if he wasn't so damn racist and caught up in his feelings, he actually does get really good stuff. He actually is a decent channel, but because of his racism and his like constant, everything is always about being a social justice warrior for the black community. Like, bro, if you wanted to do that, you should have ran for politics. You should go run for a commissioner or city commission or mayor or whatever. I mean, but no, he had to take it to boxing. So it is what it is, man. There's a lot of people in this sport with messed up agendas, and he's one of them. LR Chicken says you shouldn't punch someone in the nuts, bro. That's wrong. Yeah, you shouldn't, but it happened. I mean, hey, yeah, it is what it is. He has feminine behavior. What can you do? Can Alexander Usyk beat Alexander Povetkin? Yes, I think he can. At this stage of Povetkin's career, definitely. I think Usyk can beat a lot of the couple of top 10 middle heavyweights right now. If the ref lets you, then it's fine to pull out a knife. Yeah. I mean, Ward. I mean, it's no secret Ward's gotten away with bloody murder, but I'm just saying, man. I can separate. See, with me, it's a known fact. I mean, I have not taken out my videos. I mean, I still have my Andre Ward hit list. It's here on YouTube. You can go look at my videos. Andre Ward is a disgrace to boxing. Andre Ward. Or Max Kellerman is Andre Ward's #1 cheerleader. Like, those videos are still up. Like, what the boxing media is afraid to tell the truth about Andre Ward. All those videos are still up, so I haven't changed my stance on Andre Ward the fighter, but Andre Ward the commentator, Andre Ward the boxing analyst, I'm a massive fan of Andre Ward the boxing analyst. I love the way he talks about boxing and the way he breaks down fights. I think I think he's doing a great job for ESPN. So, I mean, fair play to him. I still want to interview Andre Ward at some point. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but hopefully it does one day. That's probably like one of the top interviews I want. Because I know that for me, I would challenge Andre Ward in ways he's never been challenged as a fighter, but be respectful in doing it. I'd let him talk. I would talk as well, and it'd be a good interview. I would like to see it. I'd like to do it. Guy Sherry, keep the great work, BT. I appreciate it, man. Ward knows deep down inside that he lost the first Kovalev fight. That's why he rematched him. Yeah, and then unfortunately, my dumbass went to the rematch. My dumbass went to the rematch, and I had to watch that in person. Nah, I've never personally seen Andre Ward in person, but he doesn't strike me as a guy who's a small dude. I mean, I'm a small guy. I'm like 5'5" on a good day, 5'6" on a good day. But we a solid 5'6". We going to the gym. Still pretty skinny, putting a little muscle on, but I'm not to be confused with Tyson Fury. I'm a short guy. But Ward, I think he's doing a great. All in all, I think he's doing a great job for ESPN. I think he's doing a great job in terms of how he's talking about the sport, who he is outside the ring as far as like what he's trying to be to these younger fighters. I like that about him. I just don't like the fact that he was a dirty ass fighter, and in my opinion, he was very coddled when he was a fighter. Ward looked way stronger in the rematch. It's always suspicious to me. I mean, yeah, he was insanely quick and strong for that fight. And people, I remember like Precise Presenter when he was on YouTube back then. He made a video talking about the pimples on his back, and some people think he was taking PEDs. I mean, it's not crazy. Ward looked way. Let's see. Hard Recoil says, why are all pound for pound #1 overall rated fighters hype jobs with fake undefeated records? Well, to be fair, Roma. I mean, some of y'all may disagree, but Roma Chocolatito Gonzalez was not overrated. That guy was a beast. Still a beast. And if Eddie Hearn ever puts KO fight in the ring with him, he's gonna get smoked by Roma Gonzalez, and he'll be champion again. Keenan K TV, what's up, champ? How you doing, man? How you living? I'm over here, sitting here, waiting for this to upload. See, what's my phone? Hold on. What's my battery on right now? Damn, 53%. We holding it down, man. It's been a slow month. It's been a month where I haven't been very active, but we here. Kovalev is a better fighter than Dirty Ward. I think so. That's why Kovalev was able to. Because think about it, right? Kovalev, and it pisses me off because Max Kellerman always tries to make Andre Ward look as good as he can. And Max Kellerman is like, oh, well, Kovalev was the bully, and he was the bully, and he was such a bully, and bully. But bullies don't come back from losing 2 controversial fights the way he did against Ward and outbox Elliot Alvarez the way he did. So Kovalev clearly showed that he was more than a bully, and I think people underestimated his toughness, what was in here. So Keenan K says, you look fit. Yeah, man, I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. I'm leaning out a little bit. Leaning out. Yeah, I do look pretty fit. I'm not even gonna lie. Let's see. I got accounts on my computer, so I don't have to keep touching my phone. Let's close. LR Chiga says, what is Golovkin up to? You think he might retire? No, I think he's gonna sign with his own at some point. But you never know with him. Let's see. How wrong a lot of people seem to be with AJ pulling power. While including, if we believe the initial numbers, he looks like an instant success for his first fight in America. Yes, I'm telling you guys, he is going to be, this fight with Miller, believe it or not, will be the biggest heavyweight boxing event this country has seen in a very, very long time. I've been trying to tell that to anybody that will listen. The same way I was trying to tell you guys after the Canelo Rocky Fielding fight. Look, AJ's gonna fight in America's next fight. So people need to respect him more for his achievements so far. What are you talking about? Yeah, bro. Listen, you guys have my promise, all right? If I ever see Max Kellerman, which I don't know when that's gonna happen, but if I ever do, I'm going off on him about how he loves Andre Ward. My dad. Hey, shout out to my dad. My dad's bringing me some food. I can't wait for that. I'm hungry as hell right now. So I ain't mad at that. But let's see. Some guy named 7-inch Shoulder told me to ask you why you blocked him. Honestly, bro, if I block someone, then they're probably not even in my mind. So I can't even tell you. But if I had to take a guess, it's probably because he was being an ass clown, or he got disrespectful, or got racist, or something like that. Because I don't tolerate that. So if I blocked him, I don't know. But God bless him anyway. Ward is a Hall of Fame fighter. I mean, he's gonna go to the Hall of Fame. Jesus Christ, man. Sergey gassed out in the second fight with Ward. The first fight was a gift. The funny thing was, in the second fight with Ward, I actually thought Kovalev was outboxing him in that fight too. What if Ward came out of retirement and fought Kovalev for like a third fight? It'd be crazy. Hey, did y'all see the news? I mean, I got a video coming on it soon. Did y'all see the news about Michael Nunn being released from prison? The great Michael Nunn, second to none. One of the most naturally talented southpaw boxers in the history of the sport. He's out of prison. He did 15 years in prison for a kilo of coke, and now he got out for good behavior. So I'm happy for the guy. I'm really happy for him. He probably would be Kovalev a third time. I can't even lie. Mr. Boxing Today, what's up, champ? How you doing, man? Oh, he said, I meant people need to respect AJ far more for his achievements so far. I listen, people get it twisted. Like I've had my criticisms of AJ recently, just because I really think, because for me, I noticed a sense of urgency in wanting to fight, a greater sense of urgency in wanting to fight Wilder once Fury got in the picture, because that the level of urgency that he displayed was not there when Fury wasn't in the picture. So I called him out on it, and people didn't like it. But I respect his achievements. I mean, the guy has fought some really good fighters. I mean, we talk about the likes of Povetkin, Klitschko, Carlos Takam, Kevin Johnson early on. Charles Martin, whatever it's worth. Joseph Parker. The guy has done a lot early in his career, and he has my respect. I just want to see him fight a prime A-level heavyweight, someone like Deontay Wilder, someone that will get him, that I think will really trouble him. Jarrell Miller is good, but I don't think Jarrell's gonna give him too much trouble. But we'll see, man. That's why we watch the fights. We watch the fight to see what what will happen. Yes, Michael Nunn was a great boxer, a fantastic boxer, one of the most naturally talented southpaw boxers to ever put on a pair of boxing gloves. He is Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade on steroids. I mean, the guy is so talented, so good. I love his fights with Marlon Starr, and I love his fights with Colin Bay, all those guys, man. He would fight other A-level fights, but they're running away. AJ has the best heavyweight resume. I don't think that those guys are running away from him, and I don't think that he's running away from them. I think this is all. I think it's all about timing. They're all marinating this. Like, they know. Like, Heron knows that Joshua, versus making his American debut will benefit him more in the long run than him fighting one of those guys right now. So that's why it's happening. Yeah, Klitschko is definitely an A-level heavyweight, but he's not. I mean, he was a bit. I give him that one. I don't want to take that one away from him, because Klitschko did look really good on the night. Klitschko's a great fighter. Maybe tomorrow. Hey, I wanna ask you guys a question. So tomorrow Sunday. tomorrow, or not tomorrow. I don't know about tomorrow. Tomorrow or sometime this week, I'm thinking about taking my iPhone and going to the gym and just recording myself at the gym. Like, but live though, not like I'll do it live. What y'all think? I might do it. Why not? AJ isn't keen on fighting Fury. I don't think so either. I don't think he's keen on fighting Fury because every time his name comes up, he always tries to deflect Fury. From what I'm seeing. White versus Brazil was a good style matchup. I would like to see that fight. Those are two big punchers, two guys that come to fight, two guys that, you know, they give you value for your money and your time when you watch them fight. Yeah, I mean, Michael Nunn's performances against both those guys are just like, to me, like, whenever I talk about boxing and they say, Brennan, who are some good southpaw boxers? Who are some guys that I should watch? That fight like that you just mentioned, Mr. Boxing Today, against Marlon Starlin, against Colin Bay, even his fight against Frank Tate, those are fights I tell him to watch. Michael Nunn was a hype job. Come on, man. He wasn't no hype job. You out your damn mind. Michael Nunn was the truth. Burt Cooper would run through Wilder like a field of daisies. What about Tim Witherspoon? Would Tim Witherspoon run through Wilder? Rob Brandt's an interesting one, man. Rob Brandt's quite interesting. So here's my take on Rob Brandt. First of all, I like Rob Brandt. I don't think he's the creme de la creme of middleweights, but he's a good fighter, and he's a dedicated fighter. He's a disciplined fighter. I think I think he was out of his depth against Jürgen Brähmer. You know, that was a risk that he took to be in the World Boxing Super Series. He fought at 168 super middleweight. He wasn't ready for that step, and he fought a very experienced, well-schooled boxer, and wasn't able to he wasn't able to adjust to what Brähmer brought to the table. But as for him himself, I think Rob Brandt, I don't think he's as good as Canelo or Jacobs or Triple G, but I think he got like he can compete with like he could beat the David Lemieux of the world. I think he's that kind of. I think he's in that around that level, or maybe slightly above it. We don't know, but I like to see him in there with the David Lemieux. I know Mr. But speaking of Rob Brandt, for those of you who don't know, so my man Mr. Boxing Today, he's from the Minnesota area, and Mr. Boxing Today was if you don't know, go subscribe to his channel, the authority on heavyweight boxing. This guy, Mr. Boxing Today, was a very accomplished high school basketball player. And I know he had a bunch of Division I offers, but later on in his life, he decided, because he's a tall guy, like 6 foot something, so he decided that he wanted to go take up boxing. And he went to a gym and he was sparring somewhere in Minnesota. And the gym that he was at, he sparred a Rob Brandt before. I think Rob Brandt was like early on as a pro, like 2-0, or before he was a pro. So if y'all want to know anything about Rob Brandt, you shouldn't even be asking me. Ask Mr. Boxing Today about Rob Brandt. I'm sure he could tell you all about Rob. Yeah, I want to see Rob Brandt versus Lemieux. That's probably the fight I would like to see next, because we know he's good. You know, he beat to his credit, he went there and he beat Ryota Murata. That was a fight that people weren't really expecting him to win. He was an opponent. Ryota Murata was supposed to be the next big thing. He was this next, he was a gold medalist from Japan or whatnot, and he pretty much upset the apple cart, and he stopped the hype job before it even got started. So you gotta give Rob credit. Even if he's not the best champion in the division, he is a true champion, because he went there and he beat a guy that he was not favored to beat. That was a gold medalist. That, in terms of amateur experience, is better than him as an amateur. We would like to believe that he's better than him as a pro. But yeah, Mr. Boxing Today actually sparred with Rob Brandt, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I never thought about that one. Rob Brant versus Derevyanchenko. Derevyanchenko had a really good fight against Jacobs, and I rate Derevyanchenko quite highly. He's a nice fighter. I think he did pretty good against Jacobs. Hold on a second. Yeah, he did pretty good. He did pretty good against Jacobs. I think Jacobs was just a little too skillful, a little too crafty. But like fights like that, I think are the kind of fights Rob Brant needs for us to gauge how good he is. Because we know he's good. We want to see how good he is, and we're not gonna find that out until he fights that caliber of fighter. Yeah, he should have went. Yeah, I'm surprised of that one. Come on, Mr. Boxing Today. I mean, my man, Mr. Boxing Today, got a family, so and there are things to life besides boxing. But I mean, Minnesota doesn't get that many shows, so I'm surprised he didn't go. I'm hyped for this All-Star game, the dunk contest tonight, and the three-point contest. Hey, we got any basketball fans in here? I know Mr. Boxing Today is a basketball fan. Do we got any basketball fans in here? I'm watching this. I'm watching the I'm gonna be watching the dunk contest and the three-point contest because it's in Charlotte. So a big shout out to my Hornets. Games in Charlotte. My man Kemba Walker's in the three-point contest, so I'm gonna be rooting for my man Kemba to win that. Miles Bridges in the dunk contest, gonna be rooting for him to win that, so I'm looking forward to that. Sulecki versus Rob Brant, enough good fights for him. Yeah, there's plenty of good fights for Rob Brant. And credit to him, man, because I heard about it. I didn't see the comeback against Louisville, but I heard about it. I've been following Duke a little bit because of like all the hype with Zion Williamson and RJ Barrett and them guys. But yeah. Oh my God, Lauri Markkanen. And so my roommate, who I live, my best friend in the world, Paul, my roommate, he is like the biggest Bulls fan in the world. Loves the Bulls. Lauri Markkanen, Lauri Markkanen is going to be quite a good player once he develops. In my opinion, I think he'll be a guy he'll be the kind of player that makes like 5 All-Star teams and is an All-NBA player and does things like that. Aquarius Love says, who is your top 5 heavyweights? Right now? In order, y'all ain't gonna like this. For me, look, I think Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight, so I have number 1. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Dillian White, and then 5 would probably be like Jarrell Miller. No, not Jarrell Miller. You have Povetkin, you have Parker. I don't know about the 5 spot, but the 4 are definitely Fury, Joshua, Wilder, White. Let's see. Heavyweight. Because I be forgetting sometimes when you put me on the spot like that. You got Ortiz, Povetkin. Yeah, I think Ortiz. Probably Ortiz. Probably Ortiz. Fury, AJ, Wilder, White, Miller. No, I'm gonna go Ortiz. I think I would class Ortiz over Miller. Wilder, Fury, AJ, Ortiz. But yeah, those are my 5. I'm gonna go. Ortiz is 5th. And people, I don't know why, but like recently, it seems like people have been kind of shitting all over Ortiz because, Wilder fans use Ortiz to prop Wilder up, so people kind of resent Ortiz for that. But Ortiz is a very good fighter. Like, let's not forget, 2015, Ortiz was very ducked and avoided. I mean, he was very ducked and avoided. In my humble opinion, the 2015 version of Luis Ortiz was the most skilled heavyweight on the planet at that point in time. I think he would have beat all the heavyweights at that point in time. but that version of Ortiz never got a chance to prove himself against the best, and unfortunately for him, he's not gonna get he's not gonna get that chance unless it becomes mandatory to some title. Yeah, we don't know how good Miller is in terms of that top level, but I think Miller is definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, a solid top 10 heavyweight. If those are the top 5, then that's proof of how heavyweight boxing sucks. Nothing compared to what it used to be in the 90s. Well, I mean, I feel like anytime, because I'm guilty of this too with other stuff, like, anytime we look back at the past, we look back at the past with more reverence than we do with what's going on now. So I'm sure like 10 years from now, when there's another heavyweights, we're going to say, yeah, those guys suck. Back then we had Fury, AJ, Wilder, White. The division is good. I think the division is in as good of a place as it's been in years. That's not, well, no, I don't think that. Ortiz, I mean, look what he did to Brian Jennings when he fought him. Brian Jennings he beat the shit out of Brian Jennings worse than Klitschko did. When Klitschko fought Brian Jennings, it was a competitive fight. When Ortiz fought him, beat the shit out of him. Got him out of there. That's back when Jennings was actually still pretty viewed highly. Let's see. Let's go to the boxing news. I want to see what's. I haven't checked the boxing news in a couple days. Oh, it's like me, right? I'm a massive Hornets fan, right? And I love Muggsy Bogues to death. Muggsy Bogues is an inspiration. But I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, well, if Muggsy Bogues played in the NBA right now, Muggsy Bogues is going to average like 25 points per game. Like, no. But people do that sometimes. People do everything. I have to go watch that. Sounds like an underrated classic. Brian Jennings was overrated too. I disagree with that one. I don't think Brian Jennings is overrated, but I think he was poorly managed in his career actually. And I'll tell you why. When Brian Jennings fought Klitschko, he was being managed by Gary Shaw. Right? They threw him into that fight, and he was extremely green. Like, he was not ready for that fight. I think he should have taken more time to develop his skills. Because really, Brian Jennings is one of them fighters, even to this day, that relies heavily on his athletic ability. His athletic ability is what gets him success in any of his fights. But he needed more time to work on the more nuanced parts of boxing. I would have liked to see Jennings take his time, because he was a good fighter. He did have promise. Like, people forget with Brian Jennings that he looked very good against Artur Szpilka. He looked very good against Mike Perez. He beat those guys in sensational fashion, and he was looked at as, at one point in time, the best American heavyweight prospect at the time. So he fought Klitschko, wasn't ready for it, lost that fight, and then they turn around and they throw him against Ortiz, and he was. I mean, how could you be confident after? How could you be confident after those two fights? I mean, fair play to him. He took 2 fights back to back, but it just wasn't. They mismanaged him. And I don't think he's in the same sense. Jennings thought he could beat Ortiz. All he wanted was Ortiz to take it. Yeah, no, Ortiz has always been kind of suspicious with that kind of stuff. Tested positive for steroids and all that stuff. Mini Max Boxing, what's up, champ? Big shout out to my man Mini Max Boxing. He ain't so mini anymore. He getting big. I saw your pictures on Instagram, champ. You getting big. How you doing, man? Anything in boxing you want to talk about? Or basketball? I know you're a big basketball fan. Got the game in Charlotte tonight, so big shout out to the Hornets and Miles Bridges and Kemba Walker tonight. Hope they do their thing. Put on for the city. This fool Davis is fighting Tenshin Nasukawa. Yeah, man, that's shambolic. Shambolic. The artist formerly known as Scrap Chat Boxing, but now we call him Phantom Brawler. He's here. What's up, man? How you doing? He said, I mess with the hat. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've been playing tennis. I started playing tennis back in January, so I've been digging like the tennis clothing. I got the Lacoste hat on. Big shout out to the Lacoste. But yeah, thank you, man. I also think Ortiz is overrated. He hasn't been tested. It's hard to draw a conclusion just with the Wilder fight. He needs to fight Povetkin or a white level boxer. I mean, yeah. Yeah, but I think Jennings should have gotten more time to develop. I think they rushed him a little too much. Hold on a second. I think that's my pops. What's up? You hanging out? You coming?
Yeah, come.
Oh shit, okay. So we have a special guest. We got my pops.
Yeah.
My pops came through. He bought some food.
Come up the rice.
Yeah, what up?
Yeah.
We're live. Look, we're live.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody?
Everyone say hi to pops.
True School Sports in the house, baby.
We get a chair?
Yeah, I'm gonna get you.
Sit right next to me. So my dad is here. Maybe you can talk to them while I eat.
Okay.
Cause I'm sitting here. I'm editing some stuff.
Yeah.
You think Ortiz? You think Usyk can beat Ortiz in his heavyweight? Well, I ask you this because this guy right here is because we're talking about Luis Ortiz.
I know somebody said something about overrated.
He's the most. This is the #1 Luis Ortiz fan right here. This guy thinks Luis Ortiz can beat all the heavyweights right there.
Yeah, I honestly think that everybody says that he's overrated. Dylan White didn't want to fight him. Josh didn't want to fight him, or whatever the case. I look at it this way: actions speak louder than words.
Uh-oh.
And if he's overrated, like everybody says he is,
Talk to him, champ.
get in the ring and prove it. That's all I'm saying. I'm tired of people saying that he's old, that he's 50 years old, whatever the case is. Get in the ring and prove it. That's all I gotta say on him. Until then, all the people that are talking, they're just talking the talk. They're not walking the walk.
Yeah. So there you have it.
And I think Ortiz just recently, when the Joshua and Dylan fight didn't go through, he actually called out and said that he would like to be a replacement, and they didn't even look at him. But the guy right there is out there to prove somebody, I think. So it's the same thing with Tank. Tank not fighting Manny Pacquiao. Tank is telling Manny Pacquiao he's too old. What right does Tank?
Lomachenko?
Yeah.
Lomachenko.
I'm sorry, not Lomachenko. Lomachenko's telling Manny Pacquiao that he's too old. But right there, he had to tell that man he's too old. That man still got it in him. Get in the ring and fight him. That's all. End it. That's what I say. Actions speak louder than words. That's all I'm trying to say.
That's it.
You know, you don't want to get him up though.
I'm good.
Okay. Yeah. So that's my point. Jarrell Miller and Joshua, it's a good fight, but I think that they could have made a better opponent for Joshua in the States. I mean, Jarrell Miller has disappointed me. I hope he don't disappoint me this time. I think Joshua's going to win it, but I just think that they could have had a better opponent fighting Joshua.
They're saying that Lomachenko is too little for Manny Pacquiao, but he wasn't too little for Guillermo Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux was little for him.
Yeah. Well, it's like this. We all can say whatever we want, but what I didn't like about Lomachenko, and I do like him, don't get me wrong, I think he's the most skilled boxer right now in boxing today as we speak, and it took me a long time to accept that. But for him to come out and say he didn't want to fight Manny Pacquiao because he's too old, I think it's Manny Pacquiao's right to decide if he's too old or not and walk away when he's ready. And like I said, don't look at the age. The same thing with Ortiz. Back in the day when I grew up in boxing, it was like just let's go in the ring and get it done. There's not all this politics and all these excuses and all this blah 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 blah. They just got it done. and that's what needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Lomachenko, he's a great fighter, but I don't like fighters to stop making excuses or whatever reason. Just get in the ring and accept the challenge.
That's it. I'm done.
Yeah, in that case, what else they saying? I don't know what they're saying.
The chat's right there on the video.
Yeah. Let me see what they're saying here. Let's see what's going on here.
Just click that blue arrow. The newest comment. See that blue arrow?
Yeah.
Click that blue arrow.
Okay.
Yeah. It's ridiculous though.
I'm seeing it.
Oh, did you see the news about Lomachenko? Did you see what Lomachenko said about Teofimo Lopez?
No.
He said if he fights Teofimo Lopez, he'll make him quit in the middle rounds.
Listen. Lopez is out there for everybody. He's out there to get anybody, and he wants a championship belt this year. So if they don't get it done by this year, he's either moving up or he's going up and wait to get the title. And my whole point is that Lomachenko needs to stop talking. Just get in the ring and fight these fighters. And if he's not, don't worry about it. Pino's coming for you. That guy's coming for the big ones. So
he's coming for all the smoke.
Yeah, all the smoke. So I mean, I don't really like. I think he's a good fighter, young fighter, real good. He's proven a lot. The only thing I don't like about him is celebration after he knocks out an opponent. I think it's very disrespectful to the opponent because of how dangerous the sport is. But other than that guy's no joke. He's coming. He already said it. So Lomachenko needs to shut up like everybody else. And like I said, I'm a fan of him, but he needs to go ahead and let his action do the talking, not his mouth.
I think it's his manager.
I know. That's the thing with boxing. That's I was reading about that a lot of the problem with the boxing today is not actually the fighters. It's actually the politics between the managers and the managers and their promoters. They're the ones holding everything up. And
well, it's like Tank. Tank's gonna fight.
Tank. The only thing I like about that is Tank is a bitch.
Huh?
Let me clarify what I'm saying. He's a good fighter. He's got power. He can dominate, but he's a bitch if he keeps letting Mayweather talk for him on interviews. Okay?
Oh, you don't like that?
No. I think Tank should step up and talk like a man and answer the questions himself. That's one. And two, they're just bringing him along, baby feeding him, fighting all these guys that whatever you want to call them, ain't nobody to me, and then making him see be somebody that he hasn't proven to be yet. And until I see him get in the ring with a Lomachenko, Farmer, or anybody that's a big dog.
Miguel Berchelt.
Yep, Miguel Berchelt. Then everything else don't mean nothing to me, and that's just the bottom line. That's how I see things. Yeah, Ortiz can be as old as he wants to. He can be older than me. It's okay. I got a lot of gray hair.
They said he's older than you.
Yeah, it's all good. But you know what? The man still believes and has faith that he can go ahead and get in the ring and fight somebody. So let him get in there and find out. And if he gets his ass kicked, so he got his ass kicked, but you got to respect him. You got in the ring with him. Not just people just talking and making excuses. He's not doing that.
Yeah. You want to see Loma fight Manny, right? But would you want to see Manny fight GGG?
Like,
it's not the same thing.
What are you trying to refer to?
He's trying to say that
GGG.
Weight classes. He's trying to say.
I know. No, my whole point is that I don't think it's Lomachenko's right or anybody's right in boxing and the politics and make excuses for another boxer. Let him man up for himself and say what he has to say. Lomachenko is great, but he needs to step up if he wants to fight. You know what I mean? The Ringo fight, take that for example. You gotta respect Ringo. No, he didn't beat. He got his ass whooped by Lomachenko, but he moved up 2 weight classes. Look at Mikey Garcia. I'm not a big fan of him. I know he's a good boxer. He's good and everything. He's moving up in weight to fight Errol Spence. You gotta respect boxers like that, whether they win or not. Yeah. So Lomachenko needs to start making excuses and just get in the ring and let your gloves do the talking for you.
There you go. The man himself.
You making the
Let me sit there.
Yeah.
The man himself. So we didn't expect this. My pops is here.
Yeah. So
my father is here. The realest in the game is here.
I mean, I just tell you the way it is. I grew up with the Haglers, the Leonards, Durants. I grew up with in that era. Tyson, all them guys. And like I said, right now boxing is so political. It's always been political, but now more than ever. Like you got 900 different belts. Jesus Christ. Just get.
We were talking about that.
Yeah. I mean, how many belts do you need? Pink, red, yellow? Don't matter. Get in the ring with the best. At the end of the day, your legacy is on your resume. That's why. And you guys are gonna hate what I'm gonna say about this, but Mayweather Mayweather's doing the same thing to Tank right now. The motherfucker don't want to put him on. Excuse my language. Don't want to put him in a real fight, but he wants to put him in an exhibition. Now,
Against the guy he just knocked
yeah,
out.
come on, man. What kind of shit is that? I mean, how much you want? You go in and fight and do what you're supposed to do. That's I don't know.
All right. Well, let's get to some of these comments here. He said, Eubank versus DeGale. What are your thoughts? Mini Max Boxing. So what do you think about Eubank versus DeGale? I'll give my. You give yours first. I'll give mine second.
I mean, I don't know much about both boxers as much, but DeGale, I didn't like him. He's for his last fight when he actually won, and then he moved up in weight, said he was gonna retire, whatever the case. He ducked somebody. I forgot who he ducked. And
Talking about when he fought Caleb Truax and he looked horrible, and then he was supposed to fight. I'm gonna say it was either Caleb Plant,
somebody, yeah,
Caleb Plant or Dave Benavidez or
yeah,
something like that.
And then he just moved on to the next weight class. I like Eubank too, but I'm gonna go. I'm still gonna. I don't know. I'm gonna go with DeGale.
Okay, I'm gonna go with DeGale just because DeGale, even though people think he shot the pieces, I just think his ability, his talent, his natural boxing skills, it's more than Eubank can. If Eubank can't walk you down and plant and land those power shots, you can beat him. So I'm going with DeGale. I'm gonna go with DeGale in a close majority decision. I think he's gonna get hurt a couple times, but majority decision.
The fight that I want to see is Smith against who's he fighting now? Smith and the guy's good too.
Caleb Smith.
Yeah, I think it's Caleb Smith and I forgot who it is. It's from the UK though. Two good fighters.
You got Caleb Smith.
And who's he fighting against?
Who's he fighting against now?
It's coming up. The fight's coming up like in a few months. Smith and
Caleb Smith?
I might have the name mixed up.
You probably have it mixed up because
it's a fight. I mean, where's my phone? I know my phone. I look at it. Anyways, it's a fight that I want to see. Not him. It's not him. It's
that's Caleb Smith. You said
yeah,
Smith.
him and who's fighting next? I'll tell you.
He's not fighting anybody next. There's no fight schedule.
Oh man, there's somebody that I'm talking about. Hold on. That's what happens when you get old. See what I'm saying? You get hit too many times in the head and you forget what you're talking about.
Let's get some of the comments. Loma said he would fight Manny 2 years ago at 135. Yes, he said he fight at 135. It's also common knowledge that Manny Pacquiao has to eat his way up to 147. He's really more 140 than anything. DeGale like trash. I think he is done. I had a friend who sparred DeGale. My friend Julian March. Big shout out to Julian March. He sparred DeGale, and Julian even told me like, look, I think he's shy.
Wow.
He said I was sparring DeGale. I shouldn't be doing this good against DeGale.
Yeah.
Why am I doing this good against DeGale?
Wow. There you go. Sound friendly. Let's give it up, I guess. Another fighter that what's his name? Hooker, wasn't he?
Maurice Hooker.
Yeah, he's pretty good, decent. Who's fighting? Isn't he fighting next for somebody? Who's his next fight against?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I mean,
I like Maurice Hooker.
Somebody called. What class is he? I forget what class he's in.
Maurice Hooker?
Yeah.
He's at 140.
Okay, 140. I think he's got a big fight coming up. I think soon.
He's fighting Mikhail Lespierre.
Is he good or no?
He's alright.
It's alright.
That's a decent fight.
Yeah.
He should beat him though. It's a fight that he should win.
Yeah.
Who do you think Usyk should fight first fight at heavyweight?
Oh man, that's
Joseph Parker.
That's like he'll beat the shit out of Joseph Parker.
Yeah.
He'll beat the shit out of Joseph. I mean, but if he just wants to get in, I think he wants to get in with the big dogs. I mean, Joseph Parker's alright, but I think
Luis Ortiz. How about that?
I can go for that. That'll be a test. I mean, he'll probably beat the shit out of. I like Ortiz, but I think.
Oh, now you think Luis? No. Think Ortiz can beat everybody, but now Usyk comes walking around.
That guy's tough. No, I'll still take Ortiz, but he's got a heavy punch. But yeah, that's what I think he should start out with, either Parker or Ortiz, or even somebody lighter than that, just a tune-up first. But he seems to be ready for anything.
Okay. How about this? So Karan Brett, this is the question for you. He says, at TSS Pops, besides money, what do you think is the root of boxing politics? Besides the money itself.
Besides the money, I think a lot of it is. He said besides the money, what else he says?
Besides the money, what do you think is the root of boxing politics?
I think it's just the back and forth with fighters not taking control of their fights. You know, that's this. I'm gonna bring one point out. Shannon Briggs, let's go, champ.
Let's go.
I like him because he promoted himself. And what I'm getting at is in boxing, a lot of boxers we always hear in the background that they control their fights and they can tell their managers, they can tell the promoters to fight, but it's not actually happening that way. So I think because of the politics between the promoters fighting, going back and forth, and the managers, the same thing, I think it affects the fight itself. But I think the fighter should have the last word on who he fights, and that's not happening. I mean, take a look at Frank Warren and for example, Frank Warren and Eddie Hearns. They're going back and forth constantly, back and forth, going back and forth. Just make the fights. That's what the fans want to see. Forget the politics. So that I don't like the sanction. I think the sanctioning body should be a lot more stern and making boxing as a whole. Not all these sanctions calling this out, this belt, or ordering this one, this and that. I don't agree with that. So yeah, so the politics between the promoters and the managers is a big thing. I think the boxers should just step up and call them and promote themselves and do them and tell them what to fight.
Okay, there you have it. Hope that answered your question, Karan. Let's see. Eubank is a B-level fighter. Usyk versus Povetkin. Eddie Hearn said, okay, so that'd be a good fight.
Yep.
I think Eubank's style is difficult for DeGale. Gonna look like the first Truex fight. DeGale head getting pounded in the corner. We'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here you go. Here's one. Father and son are twins. People have said that already.
Yeah.
To the father, tell the audience how great of a fighter Roberto Duran was at lightweight.
Ooh, he was one of the best. I'm telling you that right now. That guy, they called him Mano de Piedra. Strong fist because of the way he carried himself and the way he carried through his whole thing. So yeah, he was very dominating.
One of the best. Smith versus Kovalev in the UK is a huge fight. Smith versus Sergey Kovalev. I'd watch that.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yep.
I'd love to see that fight.
That'd be a great
We'll
fight.
see if Kovalev can outbox him.
Yeah.
I think DeGale is in an empty can. Yeah, a lot of people are saying he's shot. I'm picking him. Hey,
I mean, I'm still going for.
I'm on record right now. I don't even rate DeGale as highly as I used to, but I think he's still good enough to beat Eubank.
I mean, Eubank is coming out talking and saying he's gonna do this, gonna do that, but DeGale still got something in him. I mean, even if it's his last fight, if he goes out with a win, it's fine. He's had a good career.
Yo, True School, you live in Dania Beach, right? I mean, I don't live anywhere else. This is it. Yeah, why? Loma is a great boxer, but he would suck at 140. True School Sports. Well, then I guess he's not as skilled as you guys think. If you think that.
I mean, if he wants to, you can dominate your weight class for so long, but at some time you have to move on. Just like anything else, you have to move on and test your skills with whatever the right. Like right now, I tell my son all the time. The battery's dying now. Yeah.
Right.
I tell my son all the time about the welterweight division. I think that's a strong division right now. I think there's a lot of great fighters in there right now, and it's very competitive. So, for me, besides the heavyweight, it's the only two divisions that I like as far as very competitive. As far as the fighters being more active, I like the lightweights.
Okay. Were you a Mike Tyson fan?
Yes, sir. I do. I mean, I don't like the mistakes he made, but we all make mistakes. But I mean, Mike, you got to look where Mike came from. Mike had nobody. D'Amato took him in and coached him and adopted him as their son. And what he had in his life, boxing actually, made him be the person he is today. If you see him today, yeah, he talked, but he reflects on what he's learned. So yeah, I was a big fan of Tyson. He was a beast in the ring. I mean, people can say whatever they want, but to me, he was one of the best heavyweights. Maybe you could say he didn't dominate as much, but I think he was.
Okay. Let's see. David Hay ducked a 50-year-old Shannon Briggs. Well, you know about that, right?
Yeah, when they first came out,
they were supposed to fight. Yeah. Shannon went to England and basically challenged him, and he said, "Well, if you fight my undercard and you pass a brain scan, I'll fight you." And then the fight never came.
Yeah.
He said, "No way, no how."
Yeah. I don't know why. I would love to see
that would have sold. That would have sold like hotcakes over there.
Exactly. About to say about Klitschko. People saying Klitschko's going to come back and stuff. One of the Klitschko brothers. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that's true or is it just talk? All talk.
He's never retired from boxing.
You think so? He's done?
That guy's never retired.
Yeah. I think sometimes it becomes part of you. You get hungry when you got nothing to do.
It's true.
So yeah. So having Klitschko, I think he could come back, have a fight, show up, and see what's up.
Craig McNulty, what's up, man? Shout out to you in Oxford.
Mm-hmm.
Someone told me to give him a shout out, so I said, why not? Plant easily schools Eubank. Yeah.
How about Plant and Benavidez? Who you guys got? I like Plant. But Benavidez looks like he's tough, but I like Plant.
What is it? I'm coming down to go fishing at the Dania Pier March 2nd to the 9th. I heard the fishing there is amazing. Is that true? Well, look, you're asking the wrong guy. I haven't gone. I've literally. You'd be surprised, but I have not gone fishing in 17 years.
Yeah.
So you're asking the wrong guy, but the Dania Pier itself is amazing.
Yeah, it's nice. I've gone step fishing several times. I've never over there catch anything but cans of beers in my hand. But it's a great way to go fishing, walking off the pier,
great
the
view.
ocean, and seeing it, enjoying it, and it's very quiet and peaceful. So yeah. You like that.
Who do you think is the best at light heavyweight? What? You got Vazdik, you got Artur Beterbiev, you got Kovalev.
There's more than somebody else.
You got Dmitry Bivol.
Yeah.
You got Elliot Alvarez. You got Joe Smith Jr.
That's what probably do. Let me see. For me, oh my God, that's tough. I like I always like the underdogs. I don't know why. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. Lightweight.
Light heavyweight.
I mean light heavyweight. I'm going this one guy before I say this guy. I know after I say him, I like Kovalev. I think Kovalev rebounded real good when he came back, and I think he still got some in him. I like Kovalev, but that's who I like. But I won't sleep on Bivol.
I'm gonna say Vazdik right now is the best. His boxing skill, his range, how rangy he is, his power, the way he puts pressure on you, it's the best in the division right now. But I want to see it put on the test against Sergey Kovalev. If Kovalev can continue to fight this new style with Buddy McGirt, where he's throwing punches and he's going to the body and he's sidestepping and kind of fighting a more of an amateur style, but it works for him because he's heavy-handed. He doesn't need to throw big punches. He can just throw these short shots and it'll do well for him. Let's see. Floyd Mayweather ducked Amir Khan. Get out of here. Ali isn't the greatest. Pacquiao is the greatest. I'll ask you this because this guy asked me. What do you think about Marcos Maidana coming back?
I don't know, man. That's to me the guy to me is out of shape. He's been out for so long. It's interesting, but I don't think he's going to be the same the way he was.
It's a 5-year layoff.
Yep. So I mean, but
he was eating good. You saw how good he was eating.
Yeah, he's hit, boy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, I don't know why it's the reason for him coming back, but whatever it is, I wish him the best of luck. But I don't think he's going to be the same. Of course, he's not going to be the same, but even as good as he was when he was young, when he left.
Yeah. Okay. Marcus Lara says, "Oh, and by the way, don't think I'm stalking you. I remember seeing the Dania Beach sign behind you one of yours. I remember that because I grew up in this city. I love Dania. I'm Dania through and through. So yeah, no, but I don't fish. I'll tell you why I don't fish. So the reason I don't fish is it's simple. I was 7 or 8 years old one time, and I went fishing, and I didn't catch anything, and I never went back. so I just figured I'd play baseball, which is what I did, or box, or play video games.
It's a good way to learn patience. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but I might give it a try. I've been talking about it with my friend Paul.
Yeah,
we're talking about it.
Yeah, so that, and the comment about Manny Pacquiao being the greatest over Ali. Manny Pacquiao has made his own legacy, and yes, I respect him, and yes, he's done a lot for his people and everything. He's just like Ali, but Ali is somebody that nobody will ever be able to replace or beat.
Somebody wants to know who did you think won the first Kovalev versus Ward fight?
I had Kovalev the whole time. I mean, I think Ward got away with a lot of low shots, and just in my opinion, and there was a lot of shots that they didn't call. I think
even in the first fight, the first fight, that was the one that went to 12 rounds. That wasn't the one that ended with the low. It was the one that went to 12.
Oh, that one? Oh. Yeah. I still like Kovalev.
That was the one where Kovalev knocked him down in the second round.
I like Kovalev. I think Kovalev got gypped on the whole thing. I don't hate Ward. I respect Ward also. He's a good fighter in his own way. But I just think that the whole media and everything was just, in my opinion, was just dick riding Ward too much.
They still are.
Yeah, so
Every time I the whole
and Kovalev even said, "I wish he would come back out of retirement. He'll take him. He'll fight him again."
Yeah.
You know.
You know.
But it's all about money. I guess Ward said the only way to come back if the money's right. Jesus Christ, how much money do you need?
A lot. He's had like 5 kids. He can't stop.
The legacy's already so. I mean, he's got everything already. So I mean,
Ward needs as much money as possible. He just keeps having babies.
Jesus. That's what I'm saying. But to see, I would love to see that Kovalev and that Ward 3. That to me, I would like. That would probably settle all this back and forth.
No, Ward is garbage. My opinion, the best heavyweight in history is Joe Louis.
I gotta think about that one again. Joe Louis.
The best heavyweight for me is Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes is the best heavyweight.
Larry Holmes, yeah.
Yeah.
And he said Joe Louis. Yeah, Joe Louis was mean. He was no joke.
Let's see. Let's go to let's check the boxing news. So that should be a good fight. Well, if I'm not mistaken, that's his homecoming fight, Maurice Hooker.
What's that?
Oh no, it's not. I thought it was Maurice Hooker. He's supposed to have a homecoming fight in Dallas, but that's not it. Let's see. We got Rob Brandt says he wants to fight with Canelo Alvarez, but who doesn't? Shh. It's a good money.
I don't know. I got Jacobs in that one. I'm sorry, guys. I like Jacobs. My son says he's not gonna win, but
I'm not even stressing about it.
Yeah.
If he
I got
doesn't,
Jacobs.
unless the only way I'm getting excited is if he gets Canelo hurt and is about to knock him out. Because if he don't do that,
Yeah,
I don't care how good he looks, he's losing.
Oh man, I like.
By there was a guy on YouTube named that doesn't make videos no more. This guy named Thunderdome Boxing Talk.
Yeah.
He used to say he's gonna win by hook or by crook.
Yeah, oh, either
That's how Canelo wins. He's winning by hook or by crook, but he's winning.
one way's gonna get it. Yeah.
That's it. Unless he gets knocked
That's
out.
crazy.
Apparently, I didn't watch this, so maybe you guys who watched the fights last night can actually educate me. Joshua Greer apparently got knocked down last night and got up off the floor to stop his opponent.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it says.
Wow. He
He
knocked
had to
him
climb
out
off the canvas. Yeah, he got knocked down in the 3rd round.
Oh man.
But then he got up and stopped the guy in the 8th.
Yeah, he stopped him in the 8th. I didn't know that.
They didn't show that on Instagram.
No, they didn't show that at all.
Of
course not. Yeah. Wow. That's news to me in that one.
Okay, so I'll have to watch that. Jarrell Miller and Anthony Josh have set pre-sale record for MSG.
I know, I've read that. It was
Told
crazy.
you.
Yeah,
I told you.
You told me that you did.
I've been telling everybody. I said, look, this is gonna be one of the biggest heavyweight events this country's seen in a long time.
Wow, that's crazy. What do you think? It's more of a Jarrell Miller draw or more of an AJ?
It's more AJ, but
Yeah.
Jarrell. I mean, I'm sure people are buying tickets to go see Jarrell because he's a name in New York. Let's see. Canelo will kill it. But in 1985, Tyson is the best heavyweight.
It was a beast.
Everybody is overlooking Jacobs, but he has all the tools to beat Canelo.
There you go.
Whether he gets the decision is another question. Look,
You
I'm
got
not
that.
questioning.
I got Jacobs, baby.
I'm not questioning.
Brooklyn.
I'm not questioning whether or not Jacobs can beat Canelo.
He's a lot older.
No. Jacobs is if the world was fair and judges score the fights the way they're actually supposed to be scored.
Yeah.
Then I'd say, damn, this guy might beat
Yeah.
Canelo. But come on, I'm not stupid. I was born in the day.
Yeah.
I was born in the day, but not yesterday.
Yeah, I still gotta go. I just think Jacobs still got the heart of a lion. I mean, and I'm gonna go for him. So I agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm going to AJ versus Miller at MSG. That must be nice.
Oh yeah, the tickets were they a lot? I don't think they were that much. I seen the prices come out.
I'm sure they are. I mean, I didn't even check.
Wow, that's gonna be a great fight to go to.
Yeah.
Great venue to go see actually.
We're planning on going to New York soon ourselves.
Yep.
But we're not. It's not gonna be a big heavyweight fight. We're planning on going to see Granados versus Garcia.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna go out there and support my boy Granados.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. Yep. So but I mean, who would you want? If Joshua beats Miller, who would you want Joshua to fight next?
Tyson Fury. That's the fight. That's the best. That's the number one fight I want to see in the division.
Yeah. You wouldn't want him to fight
Wilder.
Yeah.
I mean, if it happens, great.
But it's not gonna be.
But I want to see him fight Fury. I would want to see that fight. I want to see how good Anthony Joshua really is.
Well, you know that Braun Strowman was saying that Deontay Wilder was saying that he's coming out for the knockout this time to have no questions of who's going to win
He comes to
the fight. But I mean,
the knockout every fight.
Yeah, but
why does he never knock him?
That's you're right. But what I'm getting at is he says that. But I think Fury's going to come out and do his job. But I think people want to see that fight too, though. Still, they still want to see Joshua and whatchamacallit.
Yeah. AJ is going to outsell Fury versus Wilder to 1,000%. I think so.
Outsell who? Fury?
It's going to outsell the rematch. I think so.
It's big right now. I didn't think that was going to.
I've been saying, look, when he comes here, it's going to be.
But Joshua's not that big in the U.S. You wouldn't think that.
No, he's bigger than you think.
Yeah.
He's big, but he still has work to do, but he's big.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how I realized he was bigger than I thought he was in America. So, like, on Instagram, I have a lot of friends who don't know shit about boxing.
Yeah.
And I remember one day there was this girl, and I think I clicked on her profile, and you know how it says, like, you know how you can see who she follows.
Yeah.
So I remember one day I was just nosy, so I decided to see who she followed, and this girl don't know shit about boxing, like nothing. She don't know anything about boxing. She followed Anthony Joshua. I'm like, yeah, this guy's bigger than I think he is.
I don't know, a girl, a female, right?
A random female following Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
So
that's
what I knew.
I think a lot of it. My son always told me your promoter has a lot to do with how your career goes and how it affects everything, and I think Eddie Hearns is one of the best in the business for that. So Anthony,
you can say a lot about him, but he looks out for his fighters.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know how Al Heyman has lasted so long in the PBC the way he fights with his fighters, because I don't never see a lot of promotions for their fights and their fighters like the way Eddie Hearns does.
Yeah. It is what it is, man.
Yeah,
it is what it is. Like, think about it like this. Like, Granados versus Garcia was announced. We've known since November that fight was going to take place on April the 20th. And tickets still aren't on sale.
Right. What's going on with that? That's crazy.
They're still not on sale because I'm trying to get my tickets. I'm trying to go watch Adrian Granados upset Danny Garcia for the upset of the year.
I'm saying, how did they make all their money? How did they get up? Well, I guess the TV contract does that, but I'm saying, like, in reality, and people love Al Heyman. There's people like him.
Yeah, a lot of people
I didn't know he was an advisor for Caleb. Caleb was he was PBC. I know that. But
Caleb Plant?
Yeah, I was thinking about the other day. I said, damn, I forgot that he was on the Heyman.
Everybody's on Al Heyman. Heyman is the worst promoter in the business. Someone said.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see the guy. The guy's barely. Most of their fighters. I mean, you name me how many fighters he has that's fought more than 3 times a year, like literally active. Not a lot. So I mean, I don't understand why you want to go to a promoter like that when you can go to a promoter that's going to make you money and keep you active. That's I would say. And the same thing with Mayweather Promotions. That's another one. They're shit. Mayweather Promotion is shit. I'm just telling you straight up. There's a lot of boxers. Yeah, he's treated the boxer, whatever, blah, 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 that he's taking care of them. He's a good this and that. He doesn't done shit. And I don't know who told me. Maybe my son told me this. Mayweather issue is that he wants all the attention. If you take the attention away from him, then you're going to find a way to give you the runaround. And he's done that to a lot of good fights. One fight that I liked, he's fighting in March in New York, is Vargas.
Jesse?
Yeah, that's Jesse Vargas. I think it's Jesus Vargas. He was
Sway Vargas.
Whatever his name. Yeah,
Sway Vargas,
he used to be a promoter for. I mean, he used to be on that, and Mayweather screwed him over, whatever the case was. But that promotional company sucks. I don't know who. I don't know how Tank, got involved with that. I mean, he could have got better promotion than that. I mean, it's ridiculous. So I lost respect for that promotional company, to tell you the truth. I don't know who would want to go there. Yeah, Mayweather's a big name, but he doesn't do what he's supposed to do or have the promoters the way they have.
Yeah. Someone said in the comments below that they said when Josh Greer got hit, he got hit with a clean shot to the head, and they said his power was like non-existent for a lot of parts of the fight.
Wow. That's a shock.
To be fair, you can't really say his power was non-existent if you got an 8th round stoppage.
Yeah, but they didn't even say that though. I didn't hear nothing about that. Yeah.
Someone said Floyd is not a promoter. You have to have a TV deal to be considered a promoter. All Floyd does is jump on other promoters' cards. Floyd is a manager and advisor. So all Floyd is like.
Listen, take him how you want to take him. If he's got a name behind it, he's involved one way or another. And if he speaks volumes and does all this other stuff, I still feel the same way. His promotional company, where he's a manager, advisor. Do you ever see him? He walks into every press room. He talks to the fighters. Anytime they want to ask something, he wants to talk to the ones where he gets attention. He never lets his fighters talk for themselves. So, with that being said, you can say whatever you want about Floyd. I still don't like the promotional company. I'm sorry to tell you.
There you go.
I would rather go to Eddie Hearns, or even Frank Warren, or even Golden Boy.
Bob Arum.
Yeah, then go to Floyd. Floyd's got a lousy way of having or whatever because managers or whatever they are. What's his name? Ellaby? What is he?
Mhm.
What's Ellaby? The guy
Leonard
Yeah.
Ellaby.
What is he supposed to be?
He's the president of Mayweather Promotions.
Yeah.
something
Well,
like that.
whatever he is. So my whole point is, they can do better for their fighters and they can promote better and they can have better. They can have fighters stay with them. There's a lot of them that left. Even though I'm not saying Floyd didn't take care of them, didn't do good for them. I'm not contradicting myself. I just don't like the way they promote their fighters. I just don't.
Yeah, one guy mentioned. He said Adrian Granados versus Jose Ramirez. Like, what do we think about that fight? If it happens.
Listen, man, Granados, whoever he gets in the ring with Granados, they're in for it. I mean, he's fought a lot of good fighters, and he's giving them a run for their money. Ramirez, he's still gonna give him a run for their money.
He had a tough fight recently.
Yeah. So yeah, he did.
Zapata.
Yeah, exactly. So I think he will stand out with him. Who knows? Maybe even beat him. You never know. Any given day. Ramirez, to me, who called him out recently? Somebody just called him out.
Prograis.
Yeah, there you go. Prograis, he's a nasty MF from New Orleans. You got me? and he's always training. He's always doing his thing. You know what? Stop talking. Stop saying all this stuff. Get in the ring with him. Ramirez needs to get in the ring with him. I guarantee you'll be a different story.
Oh, so you got Prograis.
Yep. Yes, I do. I don't think nobody. Right now, I don't think nobody can beat him. I'm sorry.
I don't know about that.
I like him. I like him that much. Who you like?
I can't get mad at you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who you
Prograis is nasty, but there's a guy from Scotland who might have something to say about that.
What was his name?
Mr. Josh Taylor. That's his name.
Oh, my name, and I didn't even know what's going on here. That's what happens when you get old. Try to tell you the same thing again. Yeah, Josh Taylor, he's got a good point on that. He got something to say about that, but you know what? I like Prograis. I'm sticking with him.
Oh, no. Greer got hit at the sound of the bell at the end of the third round, let his hand down.
So that counted?
Apparently, he just got hit really hard after the third round. And he got
Wow, it's crazy.
hit. Y'all talking about Floyd chair picking for Davis? Yes, that's what we're talking about.
Yep.
Because Tank Davis, as talented as he is, Floyd and Leonard Ellerby and other promotions have him in the boxing witness protection program.
Yep. And every time you see Tank, he's a bitch. He lets Floyd do all the talking for him. Yeah, he's a man. He needs to speak up for himself. Okay? And we can say what we want about Adrian Broner being crazy, but when he called out what's the president's name again?
Ellerby?
Yeah, you know what? Facts, baby.
He said you a bitch ass nigga too.
Yeah, because you gotta think about it. Okay, I understand that you want to control, you want to have a guy's career and persuade whatever, but even like what he just did with the exhibition, what kind of shit is that? Do you all read the comments about people saying about that? Oh, Floyd, you don't want to get in, you don't want him to fight the big dogs in the division, but you want him to go dance like a bitch in the exhibition and beat some chicken. It's like a rooster getting in there with a chicken. What do you think is gonna happen?
Yeah.
Come on now.
All right. I would go to Hearn or De La Hoya if I was a fighter. Bob tries to rob you if he can't make in-house fights anymore. Heyman keeps you inactive. Warren keeps you on the shelf. That's true.
Hey, did you hear the thing about Don King and the guy that just retired, Master Ben? The guy's name that just retired, Ben. Whatever. He fought GG in his last fight.
Vanes Martirosyan.
I don't.
Vanes Martirosyan, yeah.
Yeah, I remember he was saying that he's pissed off at Don King because he paid him $200,000, whatever it was, $300,000 when he first signed. He made more than that. He ripped him off too. But gee, you should have been a little bit smart and do your research.
Yeah.
I mean, prime example, Tyson when they did the Hall of Fame thing, he took a cup of water and just threw it at him. You know, he robs a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, so I felt bad. I mean, I didn't feel bad for the guy. The guy was not awake. I mean, you can't count. You got promoters to go out there. Go with somebody else. It's
Tank called out Manny True School. Look, I made a video about that. He went on Twitter and he said, "Oh, I'm calling Al tomorrow. I want to fight Manny." Well, no, he's fighting Tenshin Nasukawa.
Yeah, and let's get it right. If he really wanted that fight, he would have pushed more with it with Floyd and bitch L, whatever his name is.
Leonard Ellerby.
Yeah, and
you don't like that guy.
And at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Like I said earlier, fighters need to push for whoever they want to fight.
Tank Davis is the one.
You know, and everybody's been saying that for how many years now?
What?
Tank and them fighting. Manny, people are underestimating him. He wants to fight the big ones. Come on now, you know.
Hell, he'll fight Spence.
I'm telling you, he calling out the big dog. He don't care. His legacy's already set anyways. What does he got to lose?
Yeah.
But Tank, not like that. He's
LR Chicken says yes. Josh Taylor can beat Regis Prograis. See, you know, people know.
Alright.
That's one of the best fights right there.
Yeah.
Taylor, yeah. I don't know who won that one.
What do you think, based on the skill or power, or what? Why you guys pick on? Why are you saying that? Why are you guys saying that Prograis will lose to?
I'm not even saying he lose, but I think that's a very competitive fight because Josh Taylor, he's like super quick.
Yeah.
He's tall.
Yeah.
He's like tall. He punches really hard with both hands. He's got good defense.
Yeah.
He had a really good amateur background.
Right.
Prograis would really get tested in that fight.
Wow.
Yeah. And the thing is,
But isn't he rated number one?
Taylor, who?
Prograis.
Yeah.
So okay.
Taylor though, Taylor also, another thing about Josh Taylor is he's actually like, even though he's pretty young in his career,
Yeah.
he's fought a lot of good fighters. Like, so he's not one of those guys where it's like, oh well, I don't know how he'll perform if he fights someone with a name. Like if you go through his resume, like
Yeah.
if you go through his resume right here, right, he fought it's like his first big fight in his career, he fought O'Hara Davies when they were both undefeated prospects. He fought O'Hara Davies when people thought O'Hara Davies was actually going to beat somebody.
Yeah.
Embarrassed O'Hara Davies.
Right.
Hasn't been the same since. Made him quit.
Yeah.
He fought Miguel Vasquez. Very, guys had over 40 fights. Vasquez fought what did he fight? He fought Mickey Bay, Shafikov. Oh, he fought someone else. I can't remember. But he's fought like a lot of good fighters. He fought like Mickey Bay, Dennis Shafikov. He's had a lot of fights, but nobody stopped him.
Right.
He was the first guy to stop.
Wow.
Fought Marcito Hesta. He fought Breeders Prescott. So he's a veteran. Like Josh Taylor became the first guy to stop him. He's had over 40 fights. So that was a statement victory there.
Right.
Then he went and he fought the best performance of his career when he fought his last 2 fights ago when he fought Victor Postal.
Wow. Yeah.
And he did really, really good against Victor Postal. And then he fought Ryan Martin, who was American prospect. All right, stopped him. So every fight he's had so far, every test he's had, he's passed it with flying colors.
I'll tell you one fight that I'm licking my chops for. I don't know if you guys agree. Is what's his name? Inoue with Rodriguez. Inoue and Rodriguez when they fight. I like that fight. I think Inoue is real good, but I gotta go with my boy from Puerto Rico.
Rican?
Yeah, I gotta go with Rodriguez. He's a tough cat. Gotta go with him. You know what I mean? That and then that's a good fight. And what else I like to see? There's a lot of fights out there that can be made. It's just not being made.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who do you guys want to see as fighters? I mean, what fights? Right here, Chusco, big fan of Chocolatito.
Romo Gonzalez, yeah.
And I'm a big fan of him myself. His record speaks for himself, and I can't wait to see him fight again.
Yeah. Thoughts on Teofimo Lopez calling out all the champs?
I like that. He's a hungry dog. He's letting them know I'm coming for you. So even like they say about boxing, be humble, get humble. I mean, if that happens to him, fine. But at least he's out there. He's not afraid to get in there with them.
I was gonna ask you, did you see the video on that was a while ago, it was back in May, because he fought on the undercard of Lomachenko's fight against Linares. Did you see when he was talking to Lomachenko and Linares? He said, "Yeah, I'm still the show. Like, sorry guys, I'm still in the show."
Yeah. Oh no.
Lomachenko getting like a death stare.
Yeah.
Like Lomachenko,
oh wow.
Look,
What happened then? Did anything after that?
nothing happened, but like I'm gonna show you. I want to see what you think.
I
So
mean,
I'm gonna show my dad this video, guys.
He's confident. He's a confident cat. He's young. He's confident, and he's proven. So, I mean, you got respect the man. He's coming out calling everybody else. So
Teofimo Lopez.
he's not making no excuses. How long? A few years back? Oh.
No, this is just last year. Back in May, 9 months ago.
Okay. All right.
Just watch.
Good grammar and spelling are important, but if you want to write essays that inspire,
Watch.
Teofimo Lopez, the guy next to me, I feel like I don't need to ask you a question. You're just kind of good to go. You good? You just want to just roll? Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Hi everybody.
Nyan,
It's a takeover, of course. May 12th. I'm doing what I gotta do, take over. No disrespect to Lomachenko and Leonidas. Wish you guys nothing but the best, but I'm here to take over the show. I mean,
Watch
at the end of the day,
Lomachenko's
that's what
reaction.
I'm here to do. I'm here to entertain and just put on a show for everybody. Definitely looking for the knockout. Definitely gonna go for the knockout and get the knockout. And it's just
Oh man, yeah, it looked like it rubbed him the wrong way.
With Tom Rank and everything, and it's just,
Yeah, but he didn't say nothing.
He didn't say anything, but he gave him a death stare. So
Okay, so let
I
them
can
fight.
tell Lomachenko don't like that guy.
Yeah, but okay, get in the ring and fight. They both can fight, right? They both can be- no. Okay.
Yeah, we're good. Hold on, I need something to hold us up.
Yeah, hold on, figure out something.
Put this right here. That should be there, right?
Yeah. Hold on a minute.
Hold on.
Something solid.
I might just use my tripod because this is getting annoying. But the thing is,
Let's see what happens. Lean on this. Just watch this thing.
all right, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So like,
That'd be a good fight. though.
TFP really wants to fight him.
I mean, he's got confidence. He's a confident guy. Nobody's showing like they can take him down. So he's calling everybody out. I'm coming for you. I want a title.
And he's being clear. He's being clear. Like he told Lomachenko, I'm not waiting for you.
Yep.
This year, I'm going up to 140. So
if you want
if
some,
you want to fight me, and he's smart. Like honestly, if I was TFP, and I'm pretty sure he feels this way. If he hasn't said it in an interview, I'm pretty sure he feels this way. The weight class right now, the rest of the weight class, the top 10, is a joke. He's
Yeah.
gonna fight. His next fight's gonna fight Anthony Crawler. That's the Anthony Crawler who's
man, you
lost
shocked me on
5
that one.
times already.
Yeah, when you told me that, I'm
Who's
like,
a light punching boxer who's not like.
but this is what we were talking about. You said the managers are the ones screwing everything up.
Agus Klimas. It's Agus Klimas.
But as a fighter, like take for example what we just seen with that video you just showed
Man, he
me.
just want his check.
He just
He just want that check.
That's it.
That's it.
Damn man, I would love that would be a good fight, man. Right now he's coming out. Tell him I'm coming for him. I'm coming for mine. I believe it too.
That's it. So TFP, the takeover. It's in commence. They're saying this guy said TFP Lopez is Felix Verdejo 2.0 because remember a couple years ago Felix Verdejo was the big guy. He was the next big pay-per-view star.
Supposed to be, yeah.
And he
But he got humbled real quick though.
Yeah.
So is that what you're saying? It's gonna happen at the
They're saying,
TFP?
they're saying he's the next Felix Verdejo.
I haven't seen somebody in the ring yet be quality enough to show me that. You know, I mean, if we're talking about Lomachenko, how great he is, and I'm a big fan of his. If like he just tore him down, stared him down in that press conference, he's got a lot of leverage, Lomachenko. So if he really wanted to fight him, he could. And I'll put it this way, it'll be a good fight. It'll be a money fight.
Oh, it'd be a great fight.
Yeah,
Like
so-
that. See, that's a fight. Like Top Rank keeps talking about how they want to make Lomachenko this big star, and they want to do this, they want to do that. That's a fight that you put on ESPN that you can market the hell out of.
Yeah.
That fight because TV don't talk. TV knows like people are interested.
Yeah.
Like he knows how to get ratings and stuff. So.
And he keeps it going, and he's being real about it. So, yeah, I would love to see that fight. Honestly, that fight would be a great fight to see. But like I say, Lomachenko, when a fighter starts making excuses, I don't like that at all. Your legacy's gone because you're depending on everybody else. You can't say you're the best when you allow somebody else to control your career.
That's it. Let's see what else we got. Gilberto Ramirez wants light heavyweight debut,
I see
and then
that.
a Sergey Kovalev.
Yeah.
What you think?
Oh, that'd be a real good fight. But I think to just jump in one fight and then fight Kovalev, I think it's a little too early for him.
I think he would get outboxed.
Yeah.
I think he get outboxed. Potentially stopped. Let's see. Warren. Jarrell Miller vows to crush Anthony Joshua like Tyson did to Frank Bruno. You know what's funny, when I interviewed him?
Keep eating your cheeseburgers.
When I interviewed him
Yeah.
2 years ago, he used to always joke around about he's a fake Bruno and all this stuff.
Yeah, and
he's
now
the Ronda Rousey to boxing.
And now he's so I mean, he talks a good game, makes boxing interesting, but I don't. It's gonna be a tough fight for him.
He's a scallywag.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that fight. I think Miller's have to come and get him though. He already said he's coming out.
The Zone CEO says Anthony Joshua has the star potential of LeBron James and Cristiano Ronaldo.
I don't really know.
I think so.
I mean, I know he's big in the UK,
He's huge. Look.
but I don't really think that he's as big as Ronaldo or.
No, he says potential, and not now.
Yeah. Oh, down the road. Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
He keeps doing what he's doing.
Yeah. Okay. Then
winning.
yeah. Okay.
I mean, look, the numbers speak for themselves. Like, I don't think followers are everything on Instagram because you can buy followers and you can manipulate things.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a pretty good barometer of how popular you are.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, the guy is pretty popular. Look, it's 8.3 million.
Jeez. Wow. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's big. I mean,
He's massive.
Yeah. So yeah.
And I think I'm telling you, this number right here, this 8.3 is gonna go by at least $1 million when he fights in New York. Easy.
Yeah, I mean, he's fighting in America. People are gonna find out more about him, see what he's all about. Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
So I mean, well, I don't know. Ronaldo's that's kind of a big statement. You're basically saying he's gonna be the most popular athlete in the world.
I don't think he's gonna.
In the
Ronaldo
world.
got some big numbers.
You know Ronaldo.
That's
You know
it.
Cristiano Ronaldo is the most followed person on all of Instagram. All.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't know, yeah.
Now look, you
Seen
see Anthony
nasty
Joshua.
shit.
You see
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua's
I
numbers,
seen
right?
his. Yeah. Like, I seen like 1 million for every time he gets. I'm saying one. Wow.
154.
Got more than Leo Messi.
Yeah. 6.1 million likes on
Wow.
posts.
Yeah.
Like, he's huge.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one video where he goes he's like out in a coffee shop and they see how long he can sit down without someone asking him something?
No, it is. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a big statement. You're basically saying that he's gonna be.
Yeah.
You're basically saying he's gonna be the biggest.
I don't know about that. I don't think he could be bigger than Ronaldo.
He's got a chance. Though.
I mean, soccer is like very popular in all over the world. So, and I'm not saying Joshua's not popular. We all know he is, but how far it may go, who knows? But I don't think he's gonna overrun Ronaldo. I don't think so.
Yeah. So.
Hi, boss. How you doing? All right. Yeah.
What else we got here? We got we'll go to. Bottom Jack's getting his own promotional company. Let's see what else we got.
Oh wow.
It's really there's not a whole lot. Andre Ward or Rock Nation is suing.
Oh yeah, I seen that. That's something for 3 point something, whatever. Blah blah blah. Oh, and I commented on that video. Oh no, they had a video of Rock Nation having like a get together on Instagram. Big thing about that, and I put a comment about, you know, they're celebrating all this other stuff, but did they ever pay that guy that got hurt? Remember that guy I was telling you about?
Daniel Franco?
Yeah, they never. So I can't. Oh, they'll make a big thing about Jay-Z, how big he was, blah 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 blah, this and that. I'm like, yeah, but he still doesn't pay that guy. So I can't respect Jay-Z or Rock Nation or whatever you want to call them.
I honestly half the time I forget they're even involved in boxing.
Yeah, right.
I'm dead serious.
Yeah,
They're like so relevant right now.
Isn't what's his name? The Durant, isn't he a part of Rock Nation now?
Who?
The basketball Durant.
Kevin Durant, yeah.
Yeah. So get out. There's a lot of places. I mean, there's fighters that are involved.
You don't like Kevin Durant?
Oh, don't get me on that, please. It's like somebody said he got free championship rings.
Yeah.
I believe in people should earn it, just like in boxing, same thing, should earn it. The only thing I hate about boxing, too, I don't know about you guys, is the system in judging. I hate how we can all watch a fight and see with our clear eyes who literally won the fight, and all of a sudden the judges get it wrong.
Honestly, it's so simple to solve.
Yeah, and I don't
All
understand.
boxing has to do, it's simple. They can just do one thing. Just go back to just have odd number rounds. Because you have odd number rounds.
What do you mean by odd number rounds? You told me off on that. Like,
A fight is 12 rounds. 12
Right.
is an even number, so you can score a fight 6-6.
okay.
You can give it 6 rounds to one guy and 6 rounds to the other. If you have 13 rounds, let's say, you can't give
Oh, okay.
someone.
So there's no.
Yeah.
There's no.
The only way
there's no
you're gonna
time.
get a draw is if you just decide, well, I want to score this round 10-10.
If you're looking at that, we can go back in the day when
it's
fighters
15
used to
rounds.
fight. Yeah, 15 rounds.
Fights are hardly ever draws.
Yeah.
Because either A, they're gonna get tired enough, they're
Yeah.
gonna tire the hell out and get knocked out,
Yeah.
or they're just gonna win.
That's true.
It's almost it's a lot harder to score a draw if you have odd number rounds because
Right.
in order to even get for that to even be a possibility, you're gonna have to give a 10-10 round.
Right.
Which, if you're a judge, you should be doing your best not to give a 10-10 round.
It-
Like when I score fights, I almost never give a 10-10
I
round.
don't even know what the criteria is to be a judge. Can I just go buy a license and be one? I'm just joking, but I was saying, like, literally, like, what's the criteria for being a judge? Like, you're an ex-boxer, like this?
No,
or
it's
what?
definitely not that.
So
It's
how can
definitely-
you judge?
'cause
her?
Adeline Bird wasn't an
She
ex-boxer.
looks retarded anyways. But what about her? Like, literally, like.
All right, Marcus, have a
Take
good day.
care. Take care now. Yeah, like that, yeah, like I'm saying, like she was, like, what's the criteria to being a boxer? I mean, a
Judge?
judge. Yeah, I mean, like literally, like what do you have to do to get be a boxer. So I'm saying, like, you have to be a club or a community. I mean, it's unreal how the judges do that. You know?
I never actually thought about that.
It's
I'm gonna
crazy.
Google it. How to be a
You know, like in other sports, you
boxing.
have literally like players that played the sport. You have players that did this, a coach. Boxing, you got these judges. Where did they come from? How did they qualify for that? That's my whole point. What makes you a qualified judge if you don't know about the sport of boxing?
It's true.
You know, it's crazy. And a lot of boxers' careers, a lot of fighters' careers gone down because of not having the proper judging in place.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa. I mean, even fighters now are looking into what judge is going to be judging their fight. Like, really?
Someone says, is Tank Davis Adrian Broner 2.0? Because, you know, Broner was, like, hyped up. Mayweather had him on the circle.
Yeah.
You can answer for the audience in a second. What do you think?
I'll be honest. When Adrian Broner first became a 4-time, you know, when he was doing real good in boxing, he carried himself, whatever. He carried himself in a certain way. I say that, but Tank Davis is in a different class than Adrian Broner. So,
You think he's more talented? He's better?
I think he's better, talented-wise. He's more a skillful boxer. And you know what? He throw punches.
And they hurt.
Yeah, so I think Adrian Broner, being hyped up, and he's a draw. So everything in whatever business is always a hype job, and how many people come to see you and money. So, I mean, the other day he put some crazy-ass comment down, but people like that. They like the gossip. They like that. So as far as drawing, using him as a guinea pig to make money, he's good for that. But as far as Gervonta Davis being just like Tank being like him, no, he's a lot better.
Yeah. To answer your question, Adrian Broner and Tank Davis are so similar but so different. They're similar in the sense that, like, they both have one thing in common, which is they both have lost their world title by missing weight. They both have done that in their career.
Crazy, embarrassing.
They both have the fact that they've been around Mayweather.
Yeah.
They have those things going for them. Where they're different is in terms of just pure boxing, from a pure boxing standpoint, Tank Davis is a notch and a half better than Adrian Broner as a fighter. Like, Adrian Broner, like, some of the problems that are now so glaring now, they were glaring back then if you really paid attention. Like, when you go watch his first fight when he fought Fernando Quintero. That was like his first somewhat controversial fight. He fought a guy named Fernando Quintero on ESPN Friday Night Fights.
Okay.
Fernando Quintero had 9 professional fights or something like that in his career. Never scored one knockout. Didn't have no power, but he had really good boxing skills. And he outboxed Broner, and Broner got the decision.
Wow. Yeah.
In that fight, like, his lack of footwork cost him. Tank, like, when you put Tank in there with someone who's not on his level, you see that they're not on his level. Like, when you put Tank in there with Hugo Ruiz or Cuellar or one of those guys, he gets them the hell out of there one round, doing what he's supposed to do.
Right.
As to where with Broner, I can think of so many fights where he fought fought guys that were not looked at to be on his level, and he didn't get him out of there. He didn't look that good.
Right.
So I think in terms of pure boxing, Tank is a better fighter. He has better fundamentals. He punches harder at his weight. He's even quicker than Broner when Broner was young. I mean, it's on a level. Even as an amateur, amateurs, Tank was a better amateur than Adrian Broner. So, I mean, he's gonna cherry pick. They're gonna move him slow. I mean, they're gonna have him fight this Japanese guy that Floyd just knocked out.
So that's so embarrassing. Honestly,
he's cool with it. But Floyd
course.
First we get you 8-figure paydays, then the 7-figure paydays, 8-figure paydays, and 9-figure paydays.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are saying that Floyd's point of view is just making money, and that's why he's using them. But honestly, if Tank fought a good fighter, they bring a big fight, he's gonna make money either way.
I mean, honestly, I don't understand what the biggest deal is between not letting him fight Tevin Farmer on the zone. Like, I could understand why they don't want him to fight Lomachenko, because he'll probably lose that fight. I can understand why they may not want to fight Teofimo Lopez, because those are very dangerous fights. But honestly, like,
what's the issue with that?
The more I watch Tevin Farmer fight, I don't see what the big issue is.
So what are they saying, that they don't want him to fight him in the zone? That's why they don't want to make the fight.
They don't want to work with the zone.
Mayweather or the whole company, It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, if you literally legitimately think your fighter's that great and that good, put him in there.
They just don't want to risk it. But my thing is like Tevin Farmer is not like this hard punching boxer. You know, like, and it's not even just that. Like, he's good. I respect his career, but like,
Yeah.
I don't think he has the boxing skills to outbox Tank.
Yeah.
I think Tank would really stop him. If they fought.
Right.
But they must know. So either they just don't want to work with the zone, or maybe they know something we don't about Tevin Farmer or about Tank.
Right.
Tank did admit recently too that like Tank actually literally admitted this in an interview that he's not disciplined. Like he said before he fought on the Mayweather McGregor undercard, before that fight with Francisco Fonseca, that the whole fight week he would go to the Sonic Drive and eat hot dogs and French fries and drink slushies.
There you go. I mean, you have to have some type of a dedication and discipline to succeed. You have to, and that's what I'm saying about what the Mayweather, the whole thing. It's just always got these two fighters right here, for example. I don't know about the other fighter they got right now. Is what's his name?
Tabiti.
Yeah, he seems like to be a decent fighter. He's on the Mayweather too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Him and then Haney left. I think he left Mayweather promotion. He's got his own promotion company now, right? He was under them, but I mean, he still goes there, whatever. But my whole point is that you can't say. Oh, I lost my point. I'm trying to say. My whole point is that you have to have some kind of dedication to your game. You can't just you can't play boxing, like you said. You can't just go out like we were saying when you said in that video you made that Adrian Broner was at the strip joints. Like how serious is he about boxing when he's doing that when he's got a big fight coming up?
I saw. Did you comment on some sort of Did you comment on some sort of Adrian Broner post? I feel like I saw you comment on a Broner post.
I probably did. Who knows? You gotta tell people that if they go on Instagram and see True School Sports, that's me too.
Yeah.
So they might think it's you sometimes. And if I comment on it and then they come see you here, I'm not saying they are, but sometimes. And then what happens is they probably think it's you commenting on something.
Yeah.
Me.
I will.
Yeah.
Did you see the video he put up recently?
Which one
Broner,
is? He put one
with his wife at the strip joint.
I
He
didn't.
took his wife to the strip joint, and his wife was throwing dollar bills at the strippers. But it was funny. People are laughing though because they said, "Damn, she's smart." She was throwing the money at the strippers, and then the money was falling back into her lap.
Oh, because so the woman's going right back. She did it right. You know, she's taking all his money. But I mean, what I don't like about Adrian Broner is, at some point, people need to understand. And again, money is what talks. Is you have to have, if you're gonna be somebody like he is, you have to be an example and a positive. I don't see no positives that he gives the young people today in the hood or anywhere else.
He does it for the hood.
I'd say he doesn't respect authority the way he should as a professional, and they allow that. So my point is, I'm from old school, and one of the things I learned is morals and values and all that is important. I mean, he's having not only effect on boxing itself, but on our young kids that follow him that think that he's all this and all that, and nobody stepped up and said anything. So I can't respect that.
There you go. Well, I'm probably gonna get off because I've been here.
Yeah.
I've been there for like almost 2 hours. But any final thoughts?
Keep coming to True School Sports and support my son. We love your comments, whether negative, positive, whatever. We love it. It's all good. It's about talking, and thank you guys for coming on. And until next time, God bless.
There you go. All right. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta finish these videos, but it was good talking to you guys. What was it? Next week is Eubank versus DeGale. I think. Anything else? Eubank DeGale. What else?
It's another fight. Something else coming.
Well,
Yeah.
at bare minimum, Eubank DeGale should be live next week. Hope you guys enjoyed the live, or no, not live fight reaction. Hope you guys enjoyed the hangout. And yeah.